Wow.
Hey!
What's up, Mick?
Oh God, there goes
Were
the
you,
neighborhood.
were you sleeping in the goddamn locker room?
I do it all the time. I crawl in the
kinda
locker
weird.
and I just sleep in there. It's fun.
What?
So how many times have you been sitting there while I've been getting dressed?
I'm usually knocked out if I'm in there. Just saying.
Oh yeah, with Luke's body odor, I would be too.
Wow.
Tell you what, some of you guys reek, man. Especially with them vests. Y'all leave them vests here, man. Them suckers reek like a son of a gun.
Speaking to the guy that sleeps in the locker room.
Hey, there's
Exactly.
a shower in there.
It's a good thing you're only. It's a good thing you're only $110 and can fit inside them lockers.
Yep.
Do you sleep in there naked?
No.
Oh God.
Dear Lord.
That'd be
What kind of
weird.
question is that?
Oh
That'd be
my
weird.
God!
We're getting a
Wow.
little personal now. It's all
That just a little
That's
bit.
what. That's what that
I
little
mean,
worm was dangling out of that locker hole.
Oh my God.
Leon said that was a gummy worm. He thought he was
Oh,
gonna go
jeez.
lick it.
Oh God.
certainly weren't me. I don't know what y'all are getting into there. Y'all got some weird crap going on as well. All I can say about that one.
I don't have no
Jesus.
weird crap. I'm just asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
Some awkward questions.
Hey, it's only awkward where your mind takes it.
We know where your mind goes.
Hey,
Good seeing you, Mick. How you been?
I'm good. I was trying to take some time off. Didn't know about this meeting. And then I got an email saying, hey, we got a meeting. I go, okay, great. I'm on my way.
Yeah, you can go back to sleep. We just finished it.
Okay, see you later.
No,
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Good Lord.
And don't tempt me. I'll go back on vacation.
Yeah.
Hey, my job title says unemployed. Okay.
Why are you unemployed? What'd you do?
It says freelancer. It's a freelancer. I'm a freelancer. Like a hitman for the government or something,
oh,
right?
State's here now.
Oh, that there went
What?
to neighborhood.
What'd you do? What'd you do? Why are you
I
You're
didn't
the
do
one that
nothing.
just showed up.
I
What'd you do?
resigned. I resigned a while back. Remember?
Oh yeah, I can't remember nothing, man. Come on now, you didn't hear about me, did you? Put my retirement papers in. It was gonna be the 15th of this month, but I decided to stick it out to the end of the month. We'll see what happens. We'll see what
Gotcha,
these two gents got, and if things don't get a little bit better, then I'll go ahead and retire.
It's getting better, Mick. Don't even
We
start
are
with me
working on
tonight.
it.
I know.
Well, the three of us actually need to speak, so.
All right, let's see what these two want. These three. Good lord.
Where
I
the
mean,
hell's that guy?
I'm sure he would.
Oh,
Sure
you're
he
an
would.
idiot.
Brad?
That's Wayne.
What the hell are you doing here, Wayne?
Wait, which one's their mask?
Put the mask
Shut
back
up.
on.
Yeah, you look better.
Well,
with the
I
mask
know,
on.
I know that they don't make a mask that covers that jawline. So
What's
there,
up,
there
Lance?
has
What's
that.
I
Has,
doing?
Hey, Lance.
What's up, Wayne?
Shut up. Shut up, you. Can I throw him out at the door real quick, please?
Nope.
One time
No.
for the one time.
No.
I mean, do you just want another charge?
I mean,
Too soon.
too soon. Definitely too soon.
Okay.
At least, at least everything's gonna be fixed by hopefully the end of tonight.
everybody-
What's gonna be
so-
fixed?
So, question: has everybody read report or seen report 1020?
No,
Nope.
I just got
Yep,
here.
I was just checking it over.
You
No
ain't
one-
employed. How would you?
I think I'm the
Shut
only
up.
one, and I was about to talk to them about it, but I
Oh, okay.
guess you're
Oh, you
here
wanna
now
talk
to explain it.
No, you can if you want to explain it. That's fine.
So, again, as I was saying to you earlier, Campbell, the Umbra was taken down last night by an undercover person. Brad Knight was able to get a team to get inside Umbra and take them down. Wayne over here was actually the undercover CI. Ouch.
Oh, sorry.
That's
sorry.
right. You did
I
explain it
guess,
correctly.
you weren't.
Oh,
I guess you weren't
yeah,
supposed to
what's
tell
the
him.
Oh, sorry, FIB.
FIB.
I'm sorry, FIB.
FIB.
Jesus. So Wayne was working with the FIB to take down Umbra.
I see.
With the assistant state. So,
Hello.
Yeah.
6 of Umbra members have anklets on them until we get their court date figured out. They're on bail. They got released on $500,000 bail each. Their anklets are traceable at any time and trackable at any time. While on bail, they are able to be searched. So if you see them, you're welcome to search them for any weapons. If they have any weapons, they go to Bolingbroke. They've broken bail. Anything with committing any crimes, and I think we said 20 feet. We should have made it longer, but
Yeah, you said 20 feet. I
from-
was like,
yeah.
that was crazy.
Yeah,
20
that was
feet
crazy.
of
It was my
what?
fault. Away from Wayne, they can't come within 20 feet of Wayne. So enough
Literally
for you to hear them
from-
yell at him.
Oh, that's
From here to
that's-
the street, that's not even
great.
enough.
They
Yeah.
could just pop him one. That's.
Yeah, well,
That's
they're not supposed to have a
wonderful.
weapon. That was my fault.
Well,
That
Wayne,
was, yeah.
it's been nice knowing you, sir.
Well,
So Wayne
So-
goes undercover, nobody knows, and all of a sudden we have to create a protective bubble around them.
Well,
After-
no, you guys don't have to crit. I'm trying to drive with them. Bob Lee's trying to drive with them, and so we're not gonna put too much around on you guys, but just yeah. Umbra's a little upset. They lost everything, so and they have a court date coming up.
That's great.
We
So what exactly does this mean for you, Wayne?
not 100%.
waiting for the commissioner to get in. He did sign an agreement with us at the beginning that the crimes he was committing were, as long as he wasn't shooting or killing anybody, he could commit some crimes to get in with Umbra to take him down. So
Here's the
so-
question: do we have all his weapons, and can we prove that he did not shoot no one?
I'll tell you this: Merc did kidnap me yesterday afternoon. It was rough.
Yeah, Leon was able to
she
rescue him.
she did tell me that they already knew Wayne was FCI because every time he was told to fire at a cop, he fired the other way. She actually brought up one instance where Wayne said he shot G in the balls, and she goes, "Yeah, we saw that he didn't. We saw it was Archer who shot G in the balls." So even
Archer shot him
Umbra.
in the
Just-
balls? I
just-
thought Archer
Yeah.
worked for us.
That was back. That was a couple teams ago, I'm guessing. So I don't want to know.
Just to let you guys know, I did try to aim for Lenny, just for everybody's moral. You know,
Oh Jesus!
I'm kidding.
So
Okay, hold on. Let me write that down. Oh wait, I have
Let's
a voice
just say
recorder.
I didn't. At least I didn't
Oh.
double tap.
so
Oh, he's not here. Shit.
no, he's not here. So I don't know if anyone looked at the report. There's a length of evidence that was found. So I think it was like 1,700 cocoa leaves,
Good God.
1,200 bags of crack, 1 gram
Holy
bags of
by
crack,
George.
50
Lot of
some odd
weapons.
weapons,
A lot of heavy armor.
1,000 rounds of ammo for a rifle. Yeah, lots of armor. 74 C4, 132 thermite. The list goes on. So it's all listed in report
I'll just write it out.
1020.
1020. That was Ace. That just left.
Couldn't remember
That
that
was-
guy's name.
That was Ace.
Yeah.
I knew he looked familiar. I didn't-
I couldn't
think it
remember
was
his
Ace.
name. He's like, "Don't you remember me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but
Excuse
I don't remember your name."
Oh,
Hey,
So,
I'm
yeah,
bad
so
with
it's all
names.
in-
I've said that 1,000 times.
so it's all in report 1020. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff out of there. It took there was 2,700 pounds of weight that had to come out of that building.
Yeah, y'all had fun with that, didn't you?
Yeah, it was interesting.
So, you guys aren't 100% mad at me, correct?
So be aware, Umbra is crippled, and they are.
At least I got
Bo-
Lance on my side.
Barrett is upset.
He's like,
and,
yeah, I love you.
Wow. He said the L word. That means a lot right there.
I'll talk to you, Wayne, privately.
He runs off. What the hell?
I don't even know him. I can't be mad at
He's
him.
gonna get shot. he's walking out there by himself. I can't. He's leaving himself shot.
I ain't. Nope.
That's
He's dumb enough to do it. He's dumb enough to get shot.
All right.
Just saying.
I think we
got
need to
down-
go.
Yeah,
Any
we got a
questions?
high command meeting.
oh,
Alright.
we do.
You going to that high command meeting, Brad?
I didn't know we had a high command meeting. I guess I didn't.
I didn't know
Oh,
either.
yeah.
Just like I didn't know
8
about
minutes.
last night.
Oh, okay. Last night, no one knew about last night. Only people knew about last night was the feds and me. So
That'd have been good to know as
And
a
I
SWAT
came on
commander.
duty, so
no, we didn't. They didn't want SWAT. It was feds call. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so we're bringing state in, but we're not bringing SWAT in for raids. Got it.
yeah. Well,
It
you can
wasn't
go
a-
ahead and take this one. I think it's insured anyway.
You can drive. Okay, I'll ride with you. Get down there, Brad. Oh, make.
Am I riding with you guys or what am I doing?
Why not?
Yeah, we'll all ride together.
I was getting out of a vehicle. I didn't know what the hell we were doing.
I guess is Wayne riding with me, I guess?
No, Wayne ain't worrying with
no,
nobody.
Wayne's not. No, Wayne's not our
No, if you're taking
responsibility.
Aaron, that's what you're taking.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wayne's not our
But
responsibility.
who brought Wayne up here?
Trooper.
Yep.
So Wayne's just on his
so
own.
yeah, he's running around still.
I got you.
Why
well.
isn't my radio working?
Because you're not on duty.
Ah, shit.
You'll be
Can you let
alright.
me out of here so I can get on duty real quick?
Yeah,
Like a dumbass, I didn't do that.
go ahead.
Y'all confused me when you were sitting there out in front of the door.
Good boy. Well, that's
Rock
the
and
reason
roll.
why I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about what happened last night. So that's why I was trying to get y'all in here early for that.
Alright, so I'll be gonna have some choice words with the commissioner tonight now.
About what now?
Oh, that.
What about the aircraft thing? Are we bringing that up, or are we gonna let it settle?
Shut up!
Hold
You
on,
don't
¿cómo
yell at
estás?
me. You don't yell at me.
This is his SUV. I know this
Hola,
guy.
¿cómo
No,
estás,
it's
señor?
fine.
I'm not even
actually.
driving, actually.
And then that guy. Who's that guy? Is that the rookie?
No,
No,
señor.
it's Mick. It's Mick.
That's
Oh,
not
Alrighty,
yes.
Cruz, we got a meeting to go to.
That's not
Yeah.
Mick.
Take it easy, Cruz.
It's Mick Growyn in the back. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay. You really didn't believe me.
No, we
Yeah,
did.
he didn't.
That's okay.
It's alright.
Delta Force Central should be 10-8, 1041.
Well, welcome aboard.
But yeah, that all went down last night while you guys were away. So
Yeah, I was playing with my sons in the forest.
I gotcha. How'd that go?
Yeah.
That's it. Just yeah.
Yep. Let's leave it at
Got
that.
Okay. Did you get lost in the forest?
No, we're good.
Okay.
That's why I had to
Well, I
come
mean-
up here and sleep, because I got the old lady all mad at me and stuff.
Oh, I gotcha. And you slept in the locker.
Yep.
Got it.
It works.
Would you put your Kevlar or your vest down as like, you know, a little cushion?
Use it as a pillow, too.
Ah, interesting. Got it.
Hey, you got cushioning in there, you know?
I mean,
There's
did you
that
take the
flexible
plates
vest,
out?
so it works.
You kept the plates in there? The Kevlar plates?
Oh, heck yeah, man. They make great
Good
warmers,
night.
too. Cause did you know that thing in there gets cold as crap in there? at night?
Oh, I believe so.
Somebody's
I mean,
got that thing set at like 60 degrees in there. No wonder the electric bills are damn high.
it's paid for by the county, not by us.
I know, but did you see the last one? It was like $7 grand.
Was it? Damn. Didn't come out of my pocket.
Me neither.
Oh, looks like Luke's
The only
gonna have
reason, the only reason I heard about it is because somebody was screaming about it upstairs.
I got.
They opened it up. Is it $7 grand for friggin' AC and electrical? What the hell? Campbell's all quiet. He must be the one that's turning it down to 60.
Must be.
No, I'm we're just brewing.
They're growing? What?
Brewing.
Oh. I you said growing. I'm like, what are you growing?
I don't know. I didn't know if you knew we were at the federal building.
Oh, I thought it was at the courthouse again.
Nope. So do you think running code like that, flipping your lights on, makes it better, or is that 2 infractions instead of just 1?
Oh, I mean, I had to get over, so you know, it's like last minute I'm being told it's at the FIB building.
Well, I saw where you were going. That's why I informed you.
So you want me to know? All right, fine. If you want to cite me, cite me.
Failure to stay in proper lane and improper use of emergency vehicle. That's gonna hurt. This will be fun.
What the hell's that in the Rango?
I think Bobley.
Delta 20, Delta 85. Go ahead, 20. What is your 20 at this time? MRPD. 10-4. Give me a little and I will head that way. After that.
Whirlwind's gonna be 10-6 FIB.
Same traffic.
Delta 5, same traffic.
Hello? Hello?
Delta 2, same traffic.
Hello, right this way, boys. Wrong way.
Oh, we're changing it up.
Yep,
We're
we're
going
gonna go
this-
to the 53rd floor.
Oh, this.
53rd.
There's a conference room upstairs.
Holy crap.
In the world?
What's going on, Hammer?
Conference
Same
room
old
to the
shit.
right, I guess. He said conference room. Looks like
yeah,
comms.
over here. Communications.
Communications. Such a
Communications.
room. What a
I
room.
think it's it's kind of fitting that we're in a room called that's communications.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
No
Oh,
chairs,
just knock
no
over the
desks.
chairs. It's okay.
Yep. It's FIB. They screw up my department enough. Screw up at least their chairs.
Ooh, are you with me? Are you gonna talk to tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes, yes, I love it.
He didn't want to say nothing. He said, I'm brewing. I said, you're brewing. He goes, oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm brewing too.
In response
I'm
to
brewing.
that suspicious activity.
I'm brewing like a coffee maker.
Seems kind of windy.
Yeah, I just had a nice
Yeah,
visit
just a
here.
little bit.
It does seem a little windy.
Well, we're on the 53rd floor.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe they didn't
Yeah,
seal
we
something
still got
good?
it here. It's still
I
popping
don't know.
here.
FIB sealing things good?
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah, that's true. FIB putting in the work to do anything good? I mean, yeah.
Oh, come on.
They'll look and stamp a envelope that you might have dated.
Have you looked at that deal from last night yet?
Nope,
There's two
not
of the
even
ones
yet,
that
nope.
don't even have signatures.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Lance,
Brad
were you
Knight's
supposed to
name
talk to me about
misspelled wrong
Leon?
on one of them.
Were you supposed to talk to me about Leon?
Yeah, that was another thing. I needed to talk to you.
Yo, Chris, they give the light.
Right now?
No, it doesn't. We can wait till after.
I think that was.
By the way, I put in
I
a
don't know who
formal
that
denial.
Cassie, thank you for the light. Why is it not popping up? You load overlays. Let's see if it works. I don't know what's going on here, chat. Not acting right.
No, no, I'm talking about Black.
Yeah, we saw it.
Does it sound like it's windy?
It is
Yeah,
windy.
it's hella windy.
I thought at first it was just the air moving through Harper's ears, but he's not up here yet, so can't
No.
use
Oh,
that.
there he
excuse.
comes.
Here it comes. It's getting louder, so it must be the mouth.
Yeah,
the
it
wind
must
for-
be. That must be what it is.
The wind through Harper's mouth there. Yeah, yeah.
Bet your Harper stands right there.
No, he didn't sound
All
right
right,
there.
that was a trip.
That was interesting. I'm gonna ride up. I'll go,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Go ahead, grab a seat or throw one down.
Just thrown around. So.
Look at the younger Commissioner Colt.
Delta 50 be
not a fan.
1023.
Oh, I hardly recognized you.
That's what I get for making a bet.
Yeah. Although it was worth it if you would have lost that mustache.
Oh, that would have been good. That would have been good.
All right, I'm going off right.
Yep, I just went off.
If I
Put my
need to
phone on
yell,
airplane.
Can you hear me all the way at the end down there?
yes, I can.
All right, gentlemen and lady, thank you for joining us for our monthly high command meeting. As you know, we just have started trying to get together once a month just to keep lines of communication open, bring up issues that might need to be discussed, things of that nature. So, as before, there's not generally any sort of a structure. I'm just going to open the table to everybody and go around the table,
Let's
let you
go
bring
on.
forward
They're
any
so hard.
issues you'd
They
like to
actually shut
discuss
everything
openly
down here.
among all command and move forward from
Everything
there.
got shut down here. all after-school activities.
So if I can get this chair out from between my legs. All right.
I'm not seeing
I
that
believe
chair.
last time we started with BCSO, so why don't we start this time with LSPD, and then we'll just work our way around the room.
Oh, all right. Well, what can I say?
Oh boy.
We all stand in this room, and I think I've heard it out of everybody's mouth in this room about communication at some point in time. I think that's a pretty safe assumption to say.
Absolutely.
I've been on the job as either a commander or as acting chief for about a month now. And I have nailed,
YT,
I think I put a nail in the head of the communication issue. And I'm just going to say it.
I will follow
It's
back.
FIB. I
Can't
had
do that
a
right this
raid
moment, but I
take
will make
place in my jurisdiction last night that I knew nothing about.
Do I follow Notice?
I
or
did
do
not know
follow
I had a guy down there.
KFRYT? Which one do
I knew
follow?
nothing about it. This is utterly ridiculous that the chief of LSPD is not being informed of anything. I'm not Wayne Myers. I'm sick and tired of it, and I'm not going to stand for it. And something needs to change, because the only communication issue I have right now is with FIB not talking to me. And with FIB treating my guys like crap. And I'm tired of it. I have guys that want to leave law enforcement altogether because of how FIB is treating them. I had one I had to terminate that was having that issue also.
Okay, well, all right. Hold on. Let's just, I just want to make sure we keep things respectful here. I understand there might be frustrations. Okay, so let's just remain respectful. We'll keep the table open. You know, what can you give me some, you say you had to terminate someone that was having the same issues. What, just elaborate on these issues, and maybe we can get some back and forth going and get to the bottom of it.
He was tired. Well, part of what he was tired about when he was talking to me before we had the big issue that I had to terminate him over was the fact that all FIB was doing was talking crap about LSPD or about himself. He had some other issues with other people, but that had been sorted out. But mainly it's the picking on the department. I understand the department has not been in the best of light as of recently because of some stuff, but there's a new person in town, and to not even like give him a chance or an opportunity to show that he can do what needed to be done, they just chose to leave me in the dark. And I'm honestly, I'm already tired of it.
Yikes.
All right, so where do we go from here?
Well, before we go to a solution, I'd like to touch on that as well. That also was totally blindsided by myself and all of the sheriffs. These two standing next to me had no clue of it moving into last night. I understand CIs are CIs, but at some degree, somebody needs to be informed. And then to hear that there was a raid put on, but SWAT was denied to be used, kind of makes us feel defeated to even have SWAT.
So I'm going to just say something really quick on this. So just so everyone knows, yesterday was not supposed to happen yesterday. Yesterday was supposed to happen tomorrow. And today's meeting was supposed to go very differently, and we were supposed to pull Wayne tomorrow. Unfortunately, a chain of events happened yesterday that forced us to act immediately of what was happening, get Wayne exfilled, and start to execute warrants very quickly. You both were not on duty. FIB was on, and it was an FIB with state lead. So I'll take responsibility as much as FIB did that we went ahead. The commissioner knew about Wayne as a CI as well. It was kept hush-hush so he didn't get shot or killed because of what he was trying to do. I get that. I feel bad that SWAT didn't get to be involved. Normally, we would have had a day to plan it, but there was no time to do it. We had mere hours, not even, to get this together and get it rolling.
Email would have been nice.
And Hammer, you knew about Wayne. You found out about him a couple days ago. G told me. I would fully have told you about the incident and calling Bob Lee when he was on duty if you were on, but you weren't on at the time. You came on after we've already started. So I will take responsibility for that as well, because I'm the one. Because I was the one controlling Wayne, and I'm the one who got picked up by Umbra and interrogated. And I knew that Wayne's cover was blown, even though I tried to keep it. And a CI's comes first, and then keeping the operation intact to be able to take Umbra down came in second. And like I said, we were supposed to plan this for tomorrow, but unfortunately we couldn't do it tomorrow. We had to do it yesterday evening with mere hours for planning. So that's a story you guys don't know yet. That's the part of it that you guys haven't heard because we're still working.
So, and this does not go towards you, Brad, at whatever. Okay, don't take this towards you whatsoever. But why is the third in command of state being told all this information and not the chief or the sheriff even having a clue about it?
So I was asked to help at liaison with the FIB by the FIB, and the commissioner signed off on it because he wanted to keep it very small and tight knit. And I have a great relationship with Wayne, and they thought I could be able to handle Wayne. Not letting everybody know that Wayne was a CI. Let's be honest, guys. All our departments, including us, if we had more people, leak. This got out even without anybody knowing. Jesse knows. Hammer found out. Archer somehow found out. So people were finding out already, even with it multiplied very small. If we would have let everybody in, it would have got out louder and more. So it was kept very hush-hush and very quiet.
All I'm going to say is if there's no trust with me knowing a CI and a possible raid going happen on with an organization, I will gladly turn my badge in right here, right now on this table.
The thing wasn't the raid. The raid was supposed to happen on Friday, guys.
And I'm not really talking to you, Brad. I'm really not. I'm trying not to focus my conversation to you. But if there's no trust to let me know of this information, somebody else can gladly take my position.
And I kind of agree with him too. And I kind of agree to him to a point. I don't need to know a name, but I need to know that at any point there could be something going down that I need to know about. I don't need to know a name. I don't care if I know a name. But the fact that I knew nothing until G told me less than 24 hours before the raid that I didn't even know there was a CI at all is ridiculous.
And
like I said, I don't need a name. I don't need a name. I never need a name. I don't need a name from my own detectives, just that they have a CI.
But even that information, guys, in such a place that he was, having a CI, knowing a CI is in that place and not being compromised between certain people and just being small makes it very dangerous, because then that organization starts hearing that, hey, you have a CI. I'll be honest. Yesterday when Merck got me, you know what she did? She took a photo of my license plate. You know what she said? I'll just find out who this is by this license plate. So she has somebody somewhere who's giving her information from license plates, guys. So it's our department, my department, your department, someone's department. So that information gets out and an operation gets blown. I'm not saying it's you guys. What I'm saying is there is somewhere something, someone's talking to them without realizing. For her to take a picture of the license plate and say, I'll get this information from, who else is she going to get it from? It's either us or the FIB, right?
Well, there's still, mine and Campbell's deal is you're still not trusting us. We're the highest, we're elected. Well, I'm not elected. He was elected. I was appointed to fulfill a term. We're the highest law enforcement in the city and in the county, not including FIB or Colonel Willikers. So, and Colonel knew about it.
Yes,
so you're telling me every department head in the entire state of San Andreas knew about it, but
no,
the two local head of departments.
Yes, this was ran by FIB instead. Yes.
See where we're getting at? You don't trust us.
One of those departments is supposed to be focused on just training, and now they're running full operations.
Yes, exactly.
I won't be running other operations. I already said this is my last operation, guys. I won't be doing any more investigation work. I've already been written the riot act by the commissioner, guys. All right.
Listen, it's not you, Brad. I'm not saying it's you.
No. It was me. This was my operation. I worked with FIB. I was leading the operation. I was working directly with Harper, but it was my operation from beginning to end, guys. So if you want to get mad at anybody, yeah, it was me. I already knew this was going to happen. I already told G. Me and G expected the blowback. The commissioner wasn't. I had to convince the commissioner to get on board. And this is the last. I also promised the commissioner and G I would never run another investigation again, and I never investigate again. but it was because it was Wayne, it was because it was Umbra, and because of what happened at the docks, guys. We got 16 officers shot down at the docks on a raid because they knew we were coming. A raid that I didn't want to do, but Campbell, you really wanted to do it, so we went ahead with it because I knew it was a setup. You know what Merc told me yesterday? It was a setup. They did it on purpose to shoot officers and to warn us to get the hell off of them and get back.
And that's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Should I have trusted Bo? Correct.
So I took it and I did it and I ran it. And normally with an operation like that, you want it as small as possible. You don't want everyone to know, guys. So if you're mad at anybody, the communication is on me. Because yes, I was the one who did it.
Okay, and I'm not saying it's you, but I'm just saying from my point, it sounds like they don't want me to lead any raids or anything like that. So that's fine. I won't be involved at all. I'll be a paper pusher.
Campbell, you're not listening. Tomorrow's raid was to involve SWAT, but it couldn't happen tomorrow.
I can assist.
I got caught yesterday trying to do surveillance. I tried to run from Merc. She caught me. She brought me to this old lady called Grandma, who I got to say that house is disgusting, and I'm sure I have staph infection everywhere, and got me healed. And then she drove me around for 45 minutes, almost an hour, trying to get information out of me. And she told me she knew Wayne was already a CI and that they were going to put a bullet in his head. So we had to exfil Wayne, and then we didn't have time to say, hey, let's get a whole message out to everyone in SWAT and plan this for tomorrow or the next day. We had to move with what we had at the time, and that's what we had at the time. We didn't have time to think. We didn't have time to include everybody like I would like to. We looked online to see who was here and who was SWAT, and Bob Lee was there. Hammer wasn't in. You weren't in. Lance was 10-7. Lance has been 10-7 for the last 3 weeks, right? He's been off and on. He's been taking some distance. So we went with what we had. That's what you guys have to understand. Sometimes we can't do the whole planning. I would have loved to have Growyn there. I wanted Nick there. I wanted to do it tomorrow. I wanted this to happen with SWAT tomorrow. But it was my call yesterday to go. And FIB said, let's go with what we had. So we went with what we had. So I you know what, guys? I'm one of the ones who picks on FIB all the time. But yesterday went great with FIB.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
So
they notified SFAR that we were happening. SFAR staged right before it. They got the notice, and then we looked at who was on duty, guys. And again, it was only really Bob Lee from LSPD on duty. You guys came on after we had started, and we had already raided 3 houses.
If I might interject, my first pick would not have been Swag Nuts. It would have been someone else, to be honest. Let me take you back through the process of this and how it went and why we are where we're at. 2 months ago, I began an investigation. Most of you believed I to be a raging alcoholic and that I was dealing with problems at home. This was not true. This was the beginning of a operation to begin getting information from Umbra and on Umbra. Our goals through that was to get as much information as possible and then bring LSPD and BCSO in on this investigation so that you could assist in facilitating these raids. This is very expensive hardwood, sir. Please keep your boots off.
It looks like marble, sir. Or maybe granite.
That's why it's really expensive hardwood. It's a very large tree. Anyway, our efforts
it's not hardwood, you idiot.
When BCSO took the bait that Bo gave them. What Bo did was something he had already done to me. I refused to take that bait. Rather, I tried to use it as leverage and continue my investigation. When the raid at the docks went south, I felt it was best for myself to work closely with SASP to continue the investigation on the federal level, because the warrants and investigation that the BCSO and LSPD had been essentially screwed over by one of your officers who took in Michael Stone. And he cleared all the warrants by placing them on Stone. I believe that was Dean Jones. because we still had a federal investigation open, this allowed us to continue our investigation. We had no end date. Obviously, we can't do that. We have to play it by the seat of our pants, essentially, until we have the information needed. We would have informed you and brought more people in, but because of Mr. Knight's experience with Mercedes yesterday, we felt it necessary to go ahead and move in with the raid. Because there was a lack of officers available to us, we had to use who we could. So this was nothing against any of you. And yes, we did not inform many because of the leaks that we had already
But it got out
experienced
anyway.
through our own investigation. And boys, let me express this to you. I wish you both the best success in your departments, but let me encourage you, be mindful and watchful of your departments and try to stop those leaks, because they're pretty bad.
I can keep my mouth shut.
And I can also attest to the leaks. I've gotten a lot of things that have kind of circled back to me over time that, people are finding out things that they shouldn't have access to. I don't know how that is. And it may be that it's happening in a completely harmless manner, just in general conversation, and it's slipping out. But we do have to be mindful about the things we discuss openly, and not even necessarily with an individual. Just if we're out in public having these conversations, a lot of times there's eavesdroppers and people that hear things and conversations that are going on. So I can attest to hearing about multiple leaks and just details that people should not know, and for whatever reason they have that information.
So I got a question. If FIB knows of it and Commissioner knows of it, why don't we bring this to the departments to try to find the leaks? I haven't heard of no leaks getting let out. But if you guys are hearing it, why aren't we hearing it so we could find that? And if we're not hearing of it, how do I know it's a leak, right? If I don't see a boat leaking and I don't see water, I don't think it's leaking.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I got rid of one.
Yeah.
Are you serious, Campbell?
I'm positive you got rid of one.
Yeah.
He's
Campbell,
never heard it before, so.
Let me make an add to your example. If you're only driving the boat, you're not getting off of it and looking at it and checking it every so often, going down below deck, checking for leaks, you're not going to find them. Not criticizing you. However, you do need to be, in my opinion, more mindful if you're not checking that boat for leaks. I don't feel it's necessarily my place to tell you that you have leaks. However, the commissioner is aware of it, and several others, unfortunately, are aware that you have leaks. I would, in your position, make it my best effort to have solid and open communication with every department possible, and with everybody in your department. And you might even consider planning some type of false evidence or false statements and see where that ends up. It might lead you back to the person who's leaking. Do we know who they are? We do not. We have our suspicions. However, those leaks have really hurt several cases for both of your departments, my department, and SASP.
God bless.
Well, I'll take that into consideration, Harper.
He's pissed.
Hammer, I know you're fairly new to the department and you're unaware of these things. I wanted to bring you in, but again, a similar situation with LSPD. It's nothing against you. You've had some changes in your department. We don't know who exactly to trust right now there. We're not saying we don't trust you, but because you've had such a changeover in your department, we felt telling you would make you feel obligated to tell someone within your department what was going on. And we were concerned that that person might say something to the wrong person. Unfortunately, a lot of people feel comfortable saying things that they shouldn't around other people. Again, I would have loved to have brought you all in on this sooner. That was my intentions and plans, but unfortunately, things didn't go the way we had hoped.
Well, I mean, if FIB comes to me with something, I'm not telling anybody. Like, I mean,
You're told not to tell them. You don't tell them. It's that
I don't understand why there's not that trust there.
Well, you're also new to the department in that position. We don't have a rapport with you exactly yet in your position, and you were only an officer with, I believe it was LSPD for a short while. So
I was a commander with LSPD.
For
I
a short while.
I worked with you.
You did. But we didn't have, again, we don't have a very good rapport.
Well, maybe
based on the short amount of time that we had.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Again, nothing against the two of you.
I mean,
and hopefully
do I just need to, if you're not going to have a rapport with me and you're not going to work with me and you're not going to communicate with me, do I just need to put my badge on and walk out?
I don't believe I said that. I don't believe I even suggested that I wasn't going to have a rapport with you.
Because it was more than just a little while that we worked together and I was part of LSPD. It was more than just a little bit.
It wasn't very long.
Wow, chat. Wow.
I mean, me and Campbell, we have got those lines of communication opened back up. Me and G and Bradford and Knight, we can all talk like nobody's business. And I can talk with Safer over there all day long about anything and everything. We can get stuff sorted out. We can get stuff worked out. Me and Campbell are working well together. The issue is you won't talk to me.
Well, as I was saying, our goal is to build rapport with both of you and your departments.
Big Bob, chat.
So that we can have a relationship that would be beneficial to everyone here at this table and out there in the city. Because of the intensity of the investigation, unfortunately, it didn't allow us the time to build those relationships during that. However, because that had to be done last night, that did not give us time to bring the two of you in.
Emails are nice.
And again, I wasn't going to bring anyone in until we felt comfortable with the information that we had for the benefit of the investigation itself.
Wow. So, Harbor, were you going to bring it to our attention tonight or tomorrow, right before the raid? If everything planned out the way you guys were planning.
If everything had gone the way we had wanted it to, we would have had a briefing a day or two before the raid, because again, we had no expiration date on the investigation until we felt comfortable with the information that we had. We would have brought your both departments in, allowed you to assemble officers from both your departments.
Emails are nice.
Join FIB and SASP in the raid.
So based off of what Brad said, it was planned for tomorrow. So you would have had a briefing either yesterday or today. Correct.
That's correct.
Okay.
Still think emails would have been better, chat.
And again, I can attest to that. It was slated to be tomorrow. I was aware of that, and in fact, I was supposed to be involved myself. So I can attest to that being absolutely correct. So we understand that people feel out of the loop. I believe that an explanation was given for this recent event. I think that the focus now should be going forward how we alleviate that concern of communication. How do we work on working together better, communicating better, What is it that we need to increase the rapport between departments?
If I could make a suggestion, Commissioner,
Absolutely.
I think it would be beneficial for just the department heads and department heads only, at least bi-weekly, to get together for maybe some type of luncheon or dinner, maybe a golf outing, something of that nature, to build relationship, open up lines of communication, allow each other to get to know each other a little more personally.
I can support that idea, although I'm terrible at golf.
No.
Is anyone else in agreement?
I don't have a problem with it. I mean, me and Campbell already meet weekly, at least weekly, if not multiple times during the week, if he's in.
And it is sometimes difficult to get all the high command in one place at one time, which, you know, I understand that's the reason for just being the department heads only. That'll cut down on some scheduling issues. So I'm in favor of that. If we want to put our heads together and come up with a time that works for every time in a day, every other week that works for everybody.
G has to wear a hat though.
Oh, one of those silly golfer hats.
Oh, I just don't want to see. I don't want to see his 8th grade teacher haircut.
Oh, so a visor's out then too.
Yeah.
But that doesn't rule out the beer hat.
Hold on just a second. I gotta go back on radio from.
All right. We can recover when he comes back, but I know that the majority of the department heads are around generally the same time as I am. I think that the only scheduling conflict that I could potentially see is with FIB. I know you guys are generally on an earlier shift than some of us. Is there a day or time that we might be able to pull department heads together? I think the earliest I can make myself available sometimes is 9 o'clock, unfortunately. And if it ends up being that I can't be there, then that's unfortunate, and I don't want it to be that way. But if I'm the linchpin in the situation, then by all means, you know, you all continue to work that out.
Personally, I think Thursdays about this time would be fine for me.
All right, so we could do bi-weekly on Thursdays, department heads, and then we may have to move this meeting to a different day outside of Thursday, the once a month.
Why not just do the meeting, the get together the week before and the week after this meeting?
Okay.
That or if it lands on a high command meeting, then we just have it here with the high command instead of. You know what I mean? Because we could still have 3 if it does land on it. Well, it will land on it, I guess. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I see what you mean. So the first Thursday of every month we'll have this meeting, and then the following Thursday, and then the Thursday after that would be the department head meetings.
Hey, Brad.
Oh, I'm here.
Hey, did you hear my radio channel? Umbra was at Hulu all masked up with his lane, so I don't know who he's with, but
oh boy.
So So while let's bring Wayne back up. What's the plans with Wayne as him being a CI? We're gonna still try. Obviously, we can't keep him as a CI right anymore. Or
He's blown. He's no longer a CI, so he's waiting to talk to the commissioner. So he's blown. He can no longer be a CI for Umbra. Umbra is looking to put a bullet in his head. So as well as mine,
as well as a few other
and everybody in FIB. Yeah, every FIB agent, my head and Wayne's head.
So I would recommend that you ask all your officers to double up on their patrol units this evening, maybe for the next following evenings, to allow them time to cool off. We can't go into too much detail about some of it, most of it, but you can find the information in the MDT that Brad Knight was able to put in. The report number is 1020. We recovered a good portion of drugs and illegal weapons in that raid. As a result, as we were attempting to infiltrate their facility, their org house, they approached with weapons, and we ended up in a gunfight. Fortunately, we had minimal casualties. We were able to
that's not good.
down most of them. 2 got away on foot, I believe. And about 20 minutes later, we had 3 more show up and attempted to put us under gunfire. We took those 3 down. So we were able to make a total of 6 arrests, I believe. Those individuals are on ankle monitors. They have a $500,000 bail set on each of them. That bail is only applied if they violate the terms of the ankle monitors. Those ankle monitors are going to be on them until the trial. We would have preferred to do that another way, but unfortunately, at the moment, there seems to be no alternative to keeping them under surveillance. We did not believe it was justifiable to place them in prison until that date. So we do need to keep our heads on swivels.
In my opinion. This is my opinion.
Part of their bail conditions was no weapons, no crimes. They could be searched at any time. So.
Hammer, if you're speaking, you're very quiet.
Oh, I'm not speaking.
Okay, sorry, I heard something. I thought it was you.
No, that was me enjoying my burrito. Sorry.
All right. With that being said, I can agree to the doubling up officers if you have the bandwidth. Let's try to have officers doubled up, just in case of a backlash, for lack of a better term.
Going down left and right, chat.
Make a lot of noises when you eat.
Is he eating again?
He was enjoying a beverage. You spill it on the table, did you?
No, it's good.
It's expensive wood.
It's an expensive wood.
Yeah.
Hardwood,
huh? Yeah. Right.
Solid marble.
Comes from
Rock,
the
you
marble trees of
geniuses.
North Africa.
Oh yeah, those are rare.
I don't know if you guys discussed it when I had to step away. I apologize. But what's the game plan with Wayne? What's going on with him? What's his current status? Where's he going? Like, what's the deal with him?
Okay, so the conversation that he and I had, this was in order to give him a path back to his position. No, absolutely not. But to law enforcement, yes. So the intention is to return his badge. Where he goes is going to be entirely up to the department head that is heading the department he returns to, which I assume will be LSPD.
Okay, what's the plan with him now though? Because he currently is a target. We all know that. He's a target of a very aggressive group. And I came across him earlier today, riding with an officer, responding to scenes, and Wayne was also armed in the vehicle. I don't think that's very smart to have him riding with a cop. Yeah, protective custody. If he needs it, then he needs to be put in a safe house under protective custody. But I don't think he needs to be riding around with an officer that's on duty and responding to calls. We have no idea who we're gonna roll up on out on the streets, and that's going to do nothing but put Wayne in harm's way, put that officer in harm's way, and all responding officers in harm's way. So that's kind of what I'm wondering. What's actively right now going on with him?
My problem is, can we really ask Wayne to lock himself up until they have a court date?
I've already implied it, and he said he would do it.
He told me he wouldn't because we don't know when that court date would be. Why are we making him the victim when we're allowing the other ones to run loose? Is all I have a. I don't know. I have a hard time with it. So I'll ride with Wayne if he's here. I can ride in my vehicle anytime. So
that's my problem. Wayne's a target.
Yeah, I'm a target too.
I think at this point we all are, but the other thing is I don't think that Wayne will ever not be a target.
Nope.
Yeah. Even once he puts the badge back on, he's going to be a target.
So we all don't see the issue with him riding with cops that are on duty.
Oh, I definitely
see. Does that make the cop less of a target?
It could make him more of a target. Not any
if
less.
We're already targets, does it make us more or less targets?
More.
I think what he's saying is he's getting towards officer safety. It's more of a high risk for Wayne to ride with an officer.
And it's not just for the officer's safety. It's a risk for Wayne too. We're responding to 911 calls and alarms.
Yeah, there could be a bait call to just get us there. If they see us drive by with Wayne in the car, they'll do a fake 911. Now they're
even
pulling us out.
Just it might not have anything to do with Umbra. It might be just somebody that's privy to what's going on with Umbra, and then they make a phone call, and then before we know it, we got an entire group coming after each and every cop car that they come across, trying to get their hands on Wayne. That's where I'm having an issue.
Well, I understand, but the thought process there, when would that ever stop? Because it's not going to stop.
I can tell you this. Last night after we were done in the cells and everybody was gone, and I went back on patrol, I was followed by a blue car the entire rest of the time I was on duty.
Gotcha. I am talking about prevention.
I'm just saying it's not gonna change. Like they're gonna be. You didn't hear Bo down there in those cells. He's gonna do any cop he sees. It doesn't matter if we've got Wayne with us or not.
Oh, that's great.
He's gonna find a reason to want to shoot us.
And we don't see an issue of it increasing.
I don't believe anyone's saying they don't see an issue. What I believe is that people don't see an end to it. I don't think that will ever end.
Okay. Yes. So just don't try. That's the answer, because it's not going to end. Let's not try to prevent it.
So what is your solution? To lock him up for a week?
Offer him protective custody. Put him in a safe house. I already mentioned it to him earlier today, and he said he was for it.
Well, I understand that, but I mean, you're talking about an indefinite time period there, because who's to say this isn't still going on a year from now?
And make a suggestion. We have disguises that he can put on: beards, hats. We could all take turns allowing him to be with us as long as he's in that disguise. An hour or so per shift, and just rotate him around. That way he's always in a different car. He's that whoever has him doesn't respond to calls. They just kind of drive around, stay out of areas that we know Umbra tends to hang out in. We could even put him in the helicopter. Always keep a helicopter in the air. A helicopter could be utilized for robberies. As long as he's up there, he should be pretty safe, and he can assist on cameras.
That would work. That would keep him out of sight and with an officer. But having him on the ground in a car that was my problem, is having him on the ground in a car with the officer responding to the active scenes. That's my problem, and
Yeah, I don't agree
I'm
with
kind
that.
of dumbfounded that we're not all in agreement in that. But putting him
Well,
in a helo, that keeps him up off the ground and out of sight.
How's
And
the guy gonna eat?
I don't know. I just
But even still, the question becomes, well, hello, Darth.
Well, and I'll. Well, and they.
Can't hear you down here.
Well, bail apparently doesn't matter because you guys said he made active threats in a jail cell while it was being processed.
So, and
was
the other
charged with that.
thing,
Probably not.
Bradford, that we have to look at is the recent housing crisis. I don't think we have any safe houses.
Nope.
So, we wouldn't necessarily have a safe house we could put him in.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and
Well,
I
we
don't
already
think
got
anybody's in
internals
disagreement
anyway.
with you, honestly. I mean, if we leave him in a house somewhere, I have just as much a chance of getting shot than I do with him in there.
And I understand what you're saying, that we all have a target just because of the situation in general. But the answer to that is not just deal with it and move on, but try to prevent it. Try to be proactive instead of reactive. Just try to make it better. So I know we all have the expectation that we might not go home at night, but we can try to be a little more, preventive. That's why I brought it up.
My question would be: is when does it stop? Then when does he?
That is the issue.
When
yeah.
does anything stop?
So-
So unfortunately he knew what he was getting into the day he agreed to it. Whether or not we knew that we wouldn't have a court date when you guys caught these guys, I don't know, but that doesn't change the fact. That doesn't change the situation at all. Whether or not it's an indefinite protection order or a 1 week protection order, which we all know it's not going to be indefinite. So I don't know. I guess I'm looking at it a little differently. But
I understand your point of view. I do. The problem is, and we all keep coming back to this, is it's not likely going to end. We might get a break should they all go to prison, which hopefully they do. That should give him time to adjust. Hopefully more time for them to cool off.
No.
The only thing we can do is offer him some protection, but that's only temporary. And because of the situation we also put him in, that means that at least
No,
some
you
of us
put him
are
in.
obligated to assist him
You put him in.
for a
Not us.
short time.
right, and I'm not saying by any means we shouldn't help him. We shouldn't try to keep him out of harm's way. I just think putting him in a patrol car is not the answer with an officer.
I
Yeah.
would consider it a last resort, but it may be something that we have to do until
Fuck is
we
whistling?
have enough officers that we can run Air One.
A lot of crap going on out there, chat.
I don't know what any of your SOPs state about Air One and how many officers you need on duty to run it.
I believe we were directed by, the commissioner that Air One's not supposed to be up all time. I just know that. I don't think it's actually SOP wise for officer activity. I think it's more so we don't just have Air One up throughout the night all the time, even with no calls.
Yeah, what do you got to say?
Everybody eat and drink, please, before you pass out in Bradford.
For once, it's not me.
I could use a bunch.
Just a friendly reminder since we've been thoroughly into these conversations.
Yeah.
I feel important now. You're welcome.
There you go, making all that racket again.
Are you making love?
Man,
to
you
that
are the
thing, man?
loudest eater, Brock.
Oh. Oh.
It's
Oh
a
wait,
cookie,
he's
not a
eating a
woman.
cookie. That's not good. What's fixing to happen with this cookie? Please tell me that
Works
was a
for
new
you. That's a
cookie.
you problem, not a me
regular
problem.
Oh, it's just a regular. Oh, thank God. I don't need to have to get rid of somebody else. Jesus.
No, it's just a regular one.
Oh, it wasn't a funny cookie.
No.
Lee. I'm
But
gonna
it's
have to give
legal.
you a rip for eating a funny cookie.
But it's legal. Oh, great. Oh, great.
I got those for off duty.
Okay. All right.
He
So staying on track here, we want to have bi-weekly department head meetings. We'll look at doing that. We'll start next week. That would be the first one. So next Thursday, 9 o'clock, department heads. We can come up with an activity, and we can
I don't know
possibly
what's going on
rotate
at this moment,
activities
chat.
weekly.
Let me know you guys are here.
As
Say
I
hi,
said,
hello.
I am terrible at
Give it
golf, and I
hit
look
that like,
ridiculous
follow,
in
and
those
share. It'd be much
clothes. So
appreciated. Talk to us. Let us know you're here, chat.
Well,
So
I
this,
mean,
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say we can go off-roading off of Mount Chiliad now. I got rid of the officer that won't come save us. So
Jeez.
oh,
No,
sorry.
He only won't save you if you're a criminal.
Oh, that's right. Only
He'd
if you're a
save
felon,
us.
he won't save you. That's a story for a later time, Kamish.
Can't wait.
I just keep my mouth shut, chat.
All right. So communication, we're going to have those meetings. That's our attempt to improve relations between department heads. Is there anything else you need to bring to the table, Hammer?
I don't think so. I know me and Campbell are both working with Safer on some first aid stuff, but Campbell's kind of been taking hold on that, so I'll let him talk more about that. But I think that's all I've got. I do need to talk to you about a couple things after the meeting, though,
Campbell does
real
not want to
quick.
see a damn thing, chat.
All right.
Campbell's already pissed off.
All right. With that being said, Campbell, we'll hop over to you if you want to address the trainings and anything else you need to bring to the table.
So I was actually hoping that Madison was gonna talk on this, but as myself, Madison, and Hammer have been chit-chatting last week or two, we've come to the decision to start rolling out a first aid / scene securement for and diving. I believe we're adding diving in, but Madison can touch on that when it's her turn. But we are looking to roll that out for BCSO and LSPD to attend SAFR's training. I think it's going to help for some times where maybe SAFR can't do a dive rescue, or that way we can give the proper treatments on scene while we're awaiting SAFR to arrive to take medical care of them. That's going to cover, CPR, gunshot wounds, motor vehicle accidents, stuff like that. That's really all I'm going to speak on that. I'm going to let Madison finish that up. Training wise, obviously, we're still looking for some SWAT members to fill a few spots. We did move Mick Growyn here from Delta 5 to Delta 4. He is now in charge of SWAT to kind of even out some of the weight of the high command here as us three. So Lance will be kind of overseeing phase 1, phase 2 training, back what he was doing. Mick is now taking over SWAT. I believe for right now, Lance is still assisting him just to kind of get him up to speed with where current guys are at and what's to come. Other than that, a lot of recruits coming, so I just ask that anybody that's available, especially state that has all the knowledge of the training and stuff like that. Honestly, we have more recruits now than we do sergeants and above, I think. So if we can get a lending hand, if nights are pretty busy, I'd love to let them ride with you and just move on that way. More people giving them knowledge lets them absorb it all and make them a better police officer in general. So that's really all I got.
All right, so
I just say SAFR state is at your disposal. If you guys are holding these classes and you guys need assistance, you need dummies, or anything, if this is a class that you're willing to hold and do, we're at your disposal. So if you need anything, just let us know.
Okay. You don't have to call yourself dummies.
That's
come
good
on.
for a
Good
training
one.
session
Wow,
this
well
week, anyways.
All right. Madison, you want to speak on that a little bit and bring anything to the table you need to bring up?
Well, I know that it was something I was thinking about last month, even before the guys came and talked to me. It's like I've seen on scenes that, especially like the train robberies and stuff, when lots of guys have gone down at once. Sometimes we get there and the other officers are just kind of standing around while others are on the ground bleeding. And so it came to just seeing it in person, it's like, we really need to have training for for all the officers so that they can know how to do some basic first aid stuff to try to help out and get things rolling for us to take care of their others. And so I was going to bring it up at the meeting anyway this time, but both Campbell and Hammer have come to me asking about it. So, that's kind of what we've got planned is we want to do like basic first aid type stuff for gunshots. We have a lot of MVAs, just things like that, things that we can get reports from officers at the scene who might get there before we do, things that we can help get a little bit of more information before we get to scene.
All right. So would this be, outside of the officers that are already employed, those would have to be probably a special course that's set up for them, but would this be something we're looking to implement into the state academy so that then that way we're covering everybody that comes in?
She can help me.
Medical training was not my intention in the state academy, just because of the past and how officers have been asked to treat medical scenes. We've been asked to let SAFR and EMS do their thing. So it was thought to be avoided, just to avoid the issue of officers overstepping and going beyond the bounds of their abilities, and allowing the experience to actually come in and handle it. Basic stuff, yeah, but
So I don't think what's being suggested, I don't think is full on medical treatment. I believe it's just CPR and keeping people stable until SAFR
basic
is
first
able
aid,
to arrive
AED
on
if you need
scene.
it.
I believe is what the
So
conversation is.
so what I'm thinking it's gonna probably take about an hour and a half. That's gonna include I haven't seen what they're at all push out, but if we're gonna do scene clearance, treatment on scene, and diving, I would say it's probably gonna be an hour and a half. I was gonna recommend, and I know Bradford and Brad over there have a very good academy kind of planned out. I have heard from some of my recruits that a 6-hour academy is pretty hard to do in one shift, one day. So I was gonna see about if we can kind of line it up for a 2-day class, and then the second day could be like the driving and SAFR.
a
Just
2-day
throwing
academy
it,
class. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, like kind of split it up, do all classroom, and then I'll be the break for that, and then state and SAFR can get together, set up the second day academy for obviously the driving portion and SAFR. That's just me throwing it out on the table. You guys take it where you want it. I'm not involved in it. It's just kind of my thought process because I've seen a lot of people kind of struggle with that 6-hour or even 5-hour academy.
Yes.
And then if we try to add SAFR in, that's at least another hour, I would say.
And I can say that the diving one, that's kind of something I saw a need for after one night when we had a couple that went down in the deeper parts of the ocean. And I suggested maybe 1 or 2 from each department that we know as department heads work a later shift that's beyond what Safer's typically on duty, to have that capability to be able to get down and rescue those people.
Oh
So-
my god, this meeting's taking forever.
And you
chat.
never know when weapon recovery and other stuff, it might come in handy for that too. So that's not something that I think we're expecting every one of our officers to have.
Well, and at the moment, it's like we don't even have all of our firefighters dive certified. So, I mean, we have to try to wait until we have enough people who are certified in to be able to try to certify others. So, I mean, that kind of limits us even on getting some of ours in.
Cool. Dallas won against Philadelphia.
And we can
Sweet.
hold the diving for a later time. That's fine. I know that's in the pipeline to get pushed through.
Sure, and this doesn't have to be rolled in the state academy. It was really more of a question. Is that what we were thinking? What was our thought process there?
Yeah, so I don't remember when it got brought up, when we discussed it, if it was during a meeting or just an impromptu thing, but I like the idea of I got academy right around 4 hours right now. Splitting academy up into 2 days is an option, but I like to prefer it to only be an option due to class size, like the class is too big, or a majority of the class has to miss a section. So I'd really like to keep it to the 4-hour section, and once Safer gets the personnel that's able to be certified as instructors, I'd love to see Safer be the ones, or even the hospital staff be the ones do the medical training, CPR, AD, first aid. I mean, I have no problem with I know CPR, I know basic first aid. We can run through it in academy just so they have the general knowledge of it. But I'd really like to see Safer, if they're willing to hold a CPR, AD, first aid class with state backing them. Obviously, if it's not something they can do, we'll do it. That's no problem. We got to do what we got to do. But splitting the class up into 2 days is just difficult, because now not only am I looking for 1 day to get everybody in at the same time, I'm looking for 2. Possible, yes. Not preferred, but
Okay, so I suppose my suggestion might be, until we have seems like there's staffing concerns about the availability of people who are able to run these classes in the beginning. Why don't we have this as a something that you sign up for, so we have a little bit of oversight on how many we're looking at, and that'll give SAFR a heads up on what the demand is exactly, and if they have enough that way they can basically regulate the class size, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Well, I was planning on talking with Campbell and Hammer to see about setting up something where we can maybe have like a rotation for getting all the officers that are currently on duty taken care of.
Wow, that fits.
And then we can deal with like dive training at a future date.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's not high priority.
Yeah, but I think scene clearance and scene securement's a
Yeah.
major issue. And I think, honestly, as me being with LSPD and BCSO for a pretty good time now, I really do feel like SAFR has kind of been lurking in the shadows, kind of just, sitting in a corner. I think letting them come out and put a training on for all of us, I think it's going to really help the communication. I think it's going to grow that friendship between departments a little bit more. I think it'll be good.
I agree.
And this is something too that can be sort of slow rolled, just to see how it goes, and we can make adjustments as we go, of course. So as it stands, I think we just leave communication open on it. Madison, why don't you put your head to it and see how you would like to handle it, and then we can all put our heads back together, and we can either come up with a schedule, or we'll come up with a sign-up structure.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to do this, but I need to leave. Barrett Beauregard is at my house.
Yeah, be careful if you go over there, sir. I sent you a text.
Gerard.
Do you need more assistance?
I'll go check it out. I'll call if I do.
Okay.
That time it might be too late.
So we're gonna have Madison kind of think with it with Mac for about a week, and then since we're having the next department heads meeting next week, we can kind of go over that again.
Yeah,
And
that'll work.
that was just my suggestion, Madison. If you're all right with that, of course, we can move forward with that.
And
Oh yeah, we were already discussing it between Mac and I and JB or whoever it was the other night at the station. We were already coming up with a list of things.
cool.
Okay.
And like I said, even if you guys are having personnel issues or instructor issues, just give us a rundown of what you want to teach, and like I said, we'll help you out in any way we can.
Well, most evenings we have the top ones around, so we're usually okay.
10-4.
All right. Madison, do you have anything else for
I don't know
SAFR?
what to say, chat. Kind of interesting how things are going.
I don't think so.
understand.
How has things been with hospital personnel and doc?
It's gotten better. You and I both know that it was rough there for about a week,
Mm-hmm.
but it's been better. I don't think he's been in today, but I mean, we've had Doc Monroe in for a few days this week, and then Bennett was in last night too. So it's gotten a little bit more stable.
All right. You haven't had any issues with him trying to go out in the field in civilian clothes, or
Not that I've been made aware of.
I haven't been made aware of it either, so that's a good sign.
I'll arrest him if he shows up onto one of my scenes.
Oh, totally. I'll put him in cuffs.
Yep.
Well, just so everybody's aware, this has been a conversation that's
Not
been
aware
had
of
between
this.
Madison and
Something
myself.
new.
The doc has been instructed that if he is to remain as doctor, he's supposed to stay at the hospital. Doctors do not go out in the field, let alone wearing Crocs and a Hawaiian shirt.
And a life vest.
If he wants to go out and in the field, I have no problem with that, but he needs to transfer and he needs to consider working for SAFR if he wants to go out and do field work. I don't believe that there's any reason for a doctor to leave the hospital, because then the issue we run into is he's out in the field and we've got people coming to the hospital who are seeking treatment from the other staff, and then he gets up in arms because he didn't do the treatment. But if he's not around to do the treatment, what in the hell are they supposed to do?
Astro
So,
chat.
so speaking on that just a little bit, what's the plan with like Polito and Pillbox down in the city? Is there like, if the doc's down in the city, we ain't transporting the Polito either way, or how's that working?
Obviously, if the doc is on duty, I would prefer that they be taken to the doc, but there are always extenuating circumstances that might create exceptions. My hope is that eventually, we'll have 2 doctors that are staffed full-time, or multiple doctors part-time, whatever that ends up being, so that we can staff a doctor up at Polito Hospital. So that's the end goal. In the interim, it might be sort of a play-by-ear situation. If you've got let's say you've got a large scene, and you just so happen to be real close to Pillbox, and that ends up being the better solution, then I'm not gonna chastise anybody for that.
I have noticed the doc
Yeah, give me
has
a
been
second.
bouncing to where he's needed. If there's mass casualties
fire
up
back. I
north,
can't look at it.
he jumps in his car and he rips up north, or vice versa. So I did notice he has been doing that.
Okay, so maybe it's a matter of checking in with the doc on his availability, what his workload looks like. Even if it's just hopping over to Channel 10 to check in with him.
Well, I know
maybe
the other night the docs were at Polito because that was when the car auction was going on. Most of the population was in Polito, so that was where the doctors were.
I was running. Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, he's moved on.
Do they have access to the MDT?
You don't look good.
Our MDT, no, they have their own I believe they see the same things that SFR does.
Okay. So they don't have access to our bulletin board then?
No, they have it's their own.
Okay.
That's good to know.
Well, I'm gonna just try to get my guys at least, and maybe LSPD can do the same if we know like the docks, say in Polito, or if they're in Pillbox, maybe just make a quick bulletin announcement of that, so we're kind of aware, so we ain't going over to channel 10 different times. Just something like that could be easily available. That's all.
Just to let everybody know where they're stationed.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
if
that
it
would work
changes,
out great.
put another announcement up real quick. I think the announcements are really underutilized.
I mean, I think they're
Or
utilized.
Dispatch. I'm sorry. Dispatch.
I think they're underread, unfortunately.
So
no, the dispatch part of the MDTA. My apologies. My apologies.
Okay.
Yeah, Madison, can you do me a favor and under your dispatch, post something under dispatch, and we'll see if we can see it.
Or just what is the last thing that says in her dispatch?
I don't see.
Oh no,
anything in
you said
mine.
dispatch.
Nothing.
Dispatch.
Yeah.
That's right. Dispatch.
Yeah.
I like to show something in okay. Oh, in my dispatch on my MDT.
Yeah.
Yes, if you just put
Like
test in there
Yeah.
to see if we can see your dispatch. I don't know. I don't believe they're tied together, but it would be nice if they were.
Yep.
It is.
All right.
There you go.
Now is it reverse? Can they see ours? I'm assuming we can see theirs. It is, but just for
I would hope so.
I would assume so, but we'll go ahead and test that too. So if they can see ours and we see theirs, that would mean that Doc can as well. So
Yep.
Anything he posts up on there will show to everyone.
Yeah, I see Brad.
Yeah, I see Bradford's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. I think you should run with that idea.
Beautiful. Yeah, keep doing it.
In the SOP, I have it stated that you should be using that if there's a high radio traffic and you're on a traffic stop. You should just write in the dispatch instead of going over the radio and drawing communications from a higher priority call.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, I misunderstood you, Campbell. That's definitely a good tool and it's definitely underused.
In like a non-emergency situation.
Yeah, if there's a someone like a police chase or a high volatile situation where radio comms is a single 100, anybody doing a non-emergency like traffic call can put it in that dispatch and it's still being recorded. People can see it.
The only thing we'll have to get in the habit of is if we use that for that purpose, we will have to make sure that we know that we're
Check
code
it.
4. Yep. Because they don't fall off until
No.
I believe the weather rolls through.
Yeah, you have to make sure you're code 4ing it. So it was a way to keep radio traffic down if there was like a single 100. So it's written in that SOP I sent you, sir.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, that's I like that idea. I think that'll open up
Maybe
a
they
little more
should bring that up to the rest of us.
and
Let us
maybe
know about
even
this
cut down
SOP.
on some of the
because
radio
it's
traffic as
SOP
well.
yet.
In higher volume times.
Gosh, I would just use that like just for abandoned vehicles and stuff.
Well, I was just thinking, we instead of sending 112s to SAFR to show scene cleared, if in case of mix. I mean, obviously it's going to take muscle memory to do this and to check it and stuff like that. But we could even use that as a tool to show, hey, scene's clear, you're good to come in.
And I don't know that scene clears have been an issue since we got SFR back on 1. So
I was going to say.
No, may I bring something
We
up,
do?
Mr. Commissioner?
Which
Sorry?
one?
May I bring something up about
Jack's
radios?
Sure.
What is the expectation of SAFR with Channel 1
Oh, dude.
besides scene clearance? Some are under the impression that we need to have one person on 1 all the time. We were under the impression that by giving us access to 1 was for scene clearances, and then we stay basically off of 1 so we can cross-talk back and forth when there's no calls going on. When there's an active call going on, then we would put the senior on 1 and the other person on 10. Because right now, there's some belief out there that we need to, as seniors, need to be on 1, which takes us away from communication with our crews when there's no active calls.
So my original intention behind it was that you all would be on 1 whenever there was an active scene. If you're needed for a non-emergent call, then that would be on law enforcement to switch to 10
Still
to
pouring
get
down
a
out
hold
there,
of you.
chat.
But if there's an active
Bad.
scene and you're waiting on a
Freaking
scene
weather's
clear,
horrible,
then
chat.
that would be when you
Crazy.
have a senior sitting
Let's hope
on
we don't
channel
lose
1
anything.
to listen for clear.
Right. So the intention is not for me to sit on 1 and listen for something to do. It's once there's
Correct.
a down to switch to 1, correct?
Correct, yeah, because that's going to pull you away from communication with your department if you're sitting there on 1.
Yeah, because Madison and I found it frustrating when we're not with the other crews that we're sitting on 1 and they're on 10. They're trying to talk to us, but they don't want to come up to 1 to disturb us. So, yeah, we were just wondering if that was the case, which thanks for the clarity on it.
Sure, absolutely. And again, these things are not, if you all work things out amongst yourselves, whatever may be better, far be it from me to put my foot in and say that it has to be this way. But that was the intention, was to be on 1
Wow,
when
chat.
you're waiting on an all clear. Otherwise, you would be on 10.
I say all SAFR goes to channel 1.
Say in other parts of the world, they would monitor channel 1, and then they would get dispatched to a call or requested to a location, and then they would get assigned an ops channel, and their operations channel would be channel 10. So that would be the point. That would be when they would all switch to channel 10. But that might overcomplicate things. But generally, everybody would be on 1 until they get dispatched, and then they would switch to their operations channel to, do what they need to do.
Yeah, and I understand that. I believe this was implemented in order to combat heavy radio traffic and confusion on scene. So,
And let's be honest, test the water of if it's going to return to the issue that we had beforehand, right?
Correct, yeah. And that was the thinking behind it being only senior officers that were on 1 instead of flooding the channel with all of SFR.
Yeah.
Because then I think the issue becomes that, if SFR needs to communicate with one another for a non-emergent reason, then we've got radio traffic on channel 1 that may be non-emergent and clogging the channel up. So my suggestion would be to try it this way, see how it works. If it doesn't work, we can try something else. I don't have anything set in stone. This was just where we started with all of it.
Right, and we're testing it and seeing what works as well. But like I said, 1, you guys don't want all my people on 1. I promise you that all the time. And we're still working radio etiquette with a few of them to include the rookies. So I really don't want them clogging up with 3 other departments all trying to communicate at once. But
probably a good idea.
So yeah, when we're training the rookies, we all like to be monitoring the same channel so we can have input on it, and having somebody on 1 takes them out of the input process. So unless there's an active scene.
All right. I think that's a good starting place.
Okay, what else we got to bitch about?
Do you guys generally have how do I explain this? The same crew on pretty regularly?
For the most part, yes, and they're all seniors. Sorry, Madison.
Yeah, I was gonna say for the most part, we do have the same ones on most of the time.
Because if it's easier for you guys to remain on 10, which makes complete sense, so you can communicate with your people, I mean, just put the responsibility on departments. We could put a simple 112 out, SAFR switch to 1, and then whatever your guys' duty crew is that night, or ranking responsibilities, one person will switch to 1 for communications between Leos and fire, and then the rest would remain on 10. I mean, I would say, why not put the responsibility on us to say, hey, we need you guys on 1, and other than that, you guys just remain on 10.
That could work too. I mean, I just know that there's been a time or two that Mac or I, either one of us, have been on 10 and then hear from someone, oh, such and such was shouting for y'all on 1 and y'all weren't there. Well, we're working with our own department too.
So that's the time when I would remind everyone that you can actually see what channel everyone's on through the MDT. So I know that's an extra step, but again, these are things that can be adjusted as we go, based on what works for everybody here. I just know that I know that before we were having issues with us being
I'm very
completely
bored.
separate because it was causing a delay in
I'm bored out my
in
head.
law enforcement being able to get in contact with SFR. So that was why this was implemented. So it's not as open as it was before, but we are a little more open now, and I
Damn, Gerard
have
about
no
scared the shit
qualms
out of me.
about you all working out what's best for everybody amongst yourselves.
Yeah, because like right now, if we're on 10 as a department, as soon as there's an active call, one of us switches to 1 per truck. That's been what's been implemented by Madison is one of us switches to 1. But when we're not on calls and we're just all hanging out at the department or doing training, we've kind of been all hanging out on 10 to keep the extra chatter out of our ears that we don't necessarily need to be involved in.
Sure. And I don't see any issue with that. All right. Bradford, Knight, do you have anything to bring to the table?
Other than we're on our third academy now, I believe. It's going to be this Sunday, starting at 6. Any and all are welcome.
Ouch.
Seems to be going pretty good. We're still in the process
4
of
hours, that's
taking
10
suggestions
hours
from
or
the
till 10
the
o'clock?
attendees as to what was missed, what was skipped, and things they've seen out in the field, just riding as civilian ride-alongs that they think need to
Good
be
gravy chat.
taught. But other than that, I think it's so far pretty successful. The training outline from new hire all the way down to final eval got released officially, got okayed by the commissioner. So that outline is in play. Registration forms are in play. They are a little bit different than how I would have preferred, but they still work just as well. Department heads both have access to the registration forms for Academy. Now, giving that cadet or that new hire access to that registration form places responsibility on them to register for Academy. If they don't register for Academy, then they miss it. So it gives them responsibility. It's like step 1. It's like, okay, let's see how responsible you actually are. And so far, it's been working great. I mean, we get all the information we need right off the bat. And if you guys don't have access to these or misplaced them, let me know, and I will send them back out.
Is my new hire one of the ones in the academy this weekend?
Yes.
What time did you say that's going to start?
6 o'clock. And
Okay.
all the new hires have been notified already.
Okay.
The ones that I have there is one that's a rehire. No, not a rehire.
Yeah, Miles.
Right? Who'd you just put back in a vest?
Yeah,
Miles Jackson.
Yeah, he's participating. He didn't register just because he was already an officer, but he is aware of the class, what time it is, and where it's at.
Okay.
And then I got 2 from BCSO. Is there any other new hires from LSPD?
Not right now. I got one. I still got an interview, but they haven't set up an interview time yet. So.
Okay, just want to make sure I wasn't missing anybody. But yeah, it's all falling together. But we're still open to suggestions and input and all that happy jazz. Like I said, if you don't have access to the documents that I discussed, just reach out to me and I'll make sure you get them.
Are there any needs for the government website as far as communication between departments goes? I know that things are a little separate.
On the state side, yes, 100%.
Okay.
I would like to see, so all the important things that I said, just stated, I would like department heads to be able to see that. I would like to be able to go into the state website put these documents, put these links, just so they know exactly where to go and get them. They don't have to sort through 500 freaking emails to find these things.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice, just readily available. Be
so on
fantastic.
that, when me or Hammer would approve a application, does that go to? Do they get access to the San Andreas? Just general, like, information that basically is put on by the commissioner.
Once you approve the application, they should receive access to your department section of the website. If that's not happening, please let me know, and I can of course manually do it. But
No, I'm saying the San Andreas part, like the section that's between both departments that both departments should be using.
The emergency services section, just the basic emergency service section.
Is that what it's?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about. There.
Under emergency services, you got the San Andreas law enforcement at the bottom.
Oh yeah, where the former commissioner put the guidelines and all that stuff. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, so if that's accessible to all recruits once they get approved, which they should get approved. My tendency is I approve them as I do their paperwork, obviously. So then through their first couple steps, they can get access to that. If we can get them access at that point, if we could have state to put in all those forms in there, we just say, hey, gotta go to San Andreas tab. You'll see a state, application forms. You got to fill all those out, send them in, boom, done. And then they should go.
So are you talking about the emergency services public announcement section?
I don't think it's the public announcement.
No, if you go under emergency services, and then where it says the roster, BCSO, ESMT, LSPD, there's San Andreas law enforcement at the bottom.
We're sitting here just trying to figure out what's going on, chat.
And that's really interesting.
Oh.
You didn't get okay, yeah, because it's more like role requests and stuff like that. But if you could get into that, I think that would be a good location to kind of set those kind of applications. That way we don't have to worry about having a folder in the BCSO and LSPD, and obviously since it's county-wide type stuff, might as well have it there.
Yeah, so whatever area is common for all the departments, everybody can see it from the moment they get hired to all the way up to chief or sheriff. So whatever spot in our state website has that ability, that would be where I'd like to see these go. Just so, like I said, they can just direct them to right to one spot and not have to hunt stuff down and send emails. And it just
no, dude,
makes
you
things
just
more
missed the
complicated
drama.
than what they need
You
to be.
missed the drama, Brad.
I will look into that because
They
I'm
did a
not entirely
major
sure
raid
why I
yesterday,
can't see that
and
section.
no
So let me look into
department
that.
head was told
And I'm in
shit.
full support of that. If it's a
Everybody's
common
pissed.
area, I wasn't
me
clearly I
being in
wasn't
charge
aware
of,
of it because I can't
SWAT was
see
not
it.
told
But
anything.
let me figure that out.
emails,
and then
no
I will.
nothing, no
I'll move
notifications,
everything
hey,
that
we
needs
need
to
to
be
do
moved in
this.
there. I'll get with
Not a
you,
dang
Bradford, on what
thing.
needs to be moved there.
It's going to be in the SASP SOP section under important documents. Those are the registration form and the training, statewide training guideline. Those are the two things. I mean, whether or not the training guideline needs to be there, it's up to you. But the registration form link is there.
In charge? No, I'm a high command. I'm number 4 now.
And that registration form, when they fill it out, goes directly to me and I believe Brad. So we see it immediately. That there's nobody skipped, nobody left out.
Actually,
All right, I will take a look into that and get that fixed up.
Have you guys been getting feedback about the academy? Negative, positive? Anything?
Honestly, the only thing I've heard bad was that it was taking so long. And like I said, it's hard for new guys to put that kind of hours in.
I don't know who hit the like or
I
whatever.
think the only thing negative I
I think
heard
it
is
like-
the instructor was kind of cold-hearted person sometimes.
Oh, Brad Knight, this one here in the red hair.
Well, you know how you
Bradford.
get sometimes, Brad.
That's Brad Knight.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Yeah, the academy we're keeping to around 4 hours, and people coming in, knowing my history of my 8-hour, 7-hour academies.
Oh dear Lord! Don't bring up those chimes.
They are missing substance because those academies had 11 people in them. So they don't make sure if they bring those things up to you, you let them know that's not how it is. They
also had a split personality schizophrenia in there too somewhere. Just saying.
But yeah, we're keeping it around 4 hours, and I think so far we've kept to that. Other than the first one, I think the first one hit 5 hours, right, Brad? I think it was around 5 hours long.
I'm Brad.
Yeah, it was about 5 hours. Yeah.
But the off-the-cuff sections were a little bit longer because we were adding stuff to it.
Why do they keep leaving?
Is there any plan on any new trainings coming up?
I had every intention yesterday to hold a second
End cruiser for bullets.
probable cause and reasonable suspicion class. However, circumstances arose and I couldn't make it in. But I can hold that whenever. Brad can hold that whenever. G can hold that whenever. I would like to.
No, there's Bradford and Brad Knight.
Get a driving class together. Hammer mentioned once before about an Air 1 cert. It's just a matter of what you guys want state to take responsibility for. I mean, we'll take responsibility for all the training if you want, but I don't want to take everything from departments to make certain trainers feel less important, or certain departments feel less important, or you guys feeling like state's taking over.
Who the hell's calling who?
I sent a list to, I think, Hammer at one point of topics and things that we could possibly teach or arrange classes for. I just need to hear feedback from you guys, knowing what you guys want us to be
The
teaching.
bad part is they both have chicks in here and I got nobody.
Because right now it's just general knowledge, general law enforcement knowledge, and state statutes familiarization.
I'm sitting here
We're just giving you guys a tool that already knows how to use our tools, pretty much.
See, paintbrush. They used to clean things up.
Obviously, all those extra things will be separate classes, separate certification classes, but we just need to know what you guys want us to teach, what you want us to teach. We're willing to teach anything. So
I don't want to go to any more classes. What the hell? Now he left again. Where the hell did he go?
Can I make a suggestion too? It's kind of falling into all the classes that we're going to be having here. I'll be one to say I don't use the part of the roster that's under subdivisions. I don't keep up with it. I do apologize, but I don't. I need to. But what if we were to change that for some of these classes, where we could just say, "Yep, he got it." Nope, not yet.
Well, that's what kind of what we're trying to accomplish with these certification forms that he put together. So any class that we put on that we feel should have a physical document saying that they complete it, they're going to get one. It's like the academy classes; they're all getting physical documentation put in their profiles and on a clipboard to show that they completed this class. So I think these new hires, you need to discuss things within your department and find out if you want the new hires to hand over the documentation so you can file it appropriately, or they keep it on their person. But all certifications that state does that's going to require a cert is going to be put on their profile, so you're going to know exactly what they were taught. You can go into, just offhand, Anastasia Ray's profile. She has a certification in her profile under the gallery section, so you know she took that class and is certified in that class. Whether or not that's the answer, and it's gonna solve everything, I have no idea. It's just that's the best that we can come up with.
So I'm texting these two that are
and
next
the
to me
simplest
here,
way that we can come up with, to where you can just jump in and look at their
Are
name.
we going through all
And if
this
they don't
stupid
have the
training
certification and it's a class that they
I
we give, then they
don't really want to
they're not
go through
certified in it.
classes again, but I mean, if I got to, I got to, I
Mhm.
guess. Type deal.
Oh yeah.
I have not had enough
I
alcohol.
think it's a great idea. I really do. I appreciate y'all doing that.
Sorry, but I have.
Oh, that was all him. He put the cert together and made it really good looking. They look really professional and they're completely editable. So the class, we could change what the class is and we could change the name and we add the dates. Has my signature and G's signature on it. So
it has your signature, but it doesn't have the guy that's giving. Never mind. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Kind of on topic of photos. We all aware of the negative effects of taking evidence photos with our cell phones? This is really important.
Yeah, I believe everybody knows how to take them with their phones.
Okay, we know why we shouldn't anymore.
No.
Okay, so.
Oh, because the links get broke?
Yeah, you know how sometimes we get headaches and we gotta kind of take some Advil to clear our memory?
Mm-hmm.
That gets rid of your gallery on your phone, which eliminates the links, which eliminates all the evidence photos.
So, okay.
Yeah, so if you see some that have come up missing.
So if we delete the photos, it do the same thing?
Yes, it eliminates the link. So
so you'd be better off to capture it and save it elsewhere, and then you could snip it and put it in there.
Yep. Take a picture with your Google glasses.
Exactly. That sounds like we don't need to explain it to go into detail. Good, because I've noticed that here recently, a lot of evidence photos have been disappearing, and that's the only thing I can come up with.
And mugshots.
Yeah, if they come up with like the little error photo symbol, that's why. It's because that link no longer exists. However, if you throw it in a confidential email chain that isn't going to go anywhere, that's stable, then there you go. That photo is not going to go anywhere.
So we need to send everything to you. Got it. All emails go to Bradford.
No, we
email Bradford all the photos you take.
And I will.
All the
I will file every single one of y'all's emails and never hear back from you ever again. But no, even if you got to do that, I mean, my emails, I never delete my emails. So
all right.
If you guys need to send,
you said it.
Emails my way just to secure the photos. That's perfectly fine. I'm not going to remove them. Give me some substance though in the email, saying for documentation purposes only. In the email, there are other areas that some people can use to get these. You just need to get a stable a link to put in the MBT. That's all I'm getting at. And the phones are not stable, so I would prefer that we get something out to the departments ASAP and get that
I had no
halted.
idea about that.
Yep, first I heard.
Yeah, it's I discovered it within the past week or so. So.
See, I'll smart off just to smart off because I can. Okay, what are we doing?
Gerard, do you have anything for us?
I do not.
Did you at least have fun yesterday?
Chomping at the bit over there.
Well, I mean, I did what I was supposed to do. That's all I can really say.
They can turn them down. I could.
I mean, I hope that FIB is viewed a little better by you guys. I mean,
nope.
It bothers
it's made
me,
it worse.
but I don't know how to fix it, so there's that.
Communication.
So,
Communication.
I mean,
communication.
well, I mean, I know how to fix it. Harper and Lenny just need to stop talking crap.
Yeah, they literally showed up to Sandy SO, got out of the car, and asked me if I had reins on my department.
Frog in
I have a frog in my throat.
Well,
any better?
Yep.
I know it's Lenny, right? And he just likes to stir the pot. But if you're trying to preach communication, you're trying to use the tools that the sheriffs have, LSPD has, even state has. You don't come up and just right off the bat, hey,
we can't
do
do
you
that,
have
Brad.
reins on your department? Because
the guy that's
what
in
I've
charge of
seen
the FIB is the owner of the
it
server.
wouldn't fly if I was
They couldn't
sheriff.
do that. They wouldn't.
Well, and
do that.
I
He
think
won't let it
part
happen.
of my issue with the whole thing is they should be that the FIB should be the most premier law enforcement agency in this state, but yet they talk down to us like we're children.
Yep.
and I don't much appreciate it. I never have appreciated it.
Hey, I get it. I understand that.
I mean, y'all are supposed to be the cream of the crop, the most premier law enforcement agency in the state, and yet you talk to us like we're 2-year-olds. Not you, Gerard. Not you, Gerard.
I was gonna say I treat everybody.
No, I know.
equally.
I've never had any issues with you, Gerard. You hired me way back in the day.
Yeah, way back in the day for sure. But I will say Brad and Brock is probably the only two that I have not directly worked with. Madison, but well, Mac. But anyway.
Roll Tide, Grandpa.
But nonetheless, I mean.
I think that's where most of my stuff stems from, in the fact that he basically admitted that he wasn't communicating with me yet.
Except
he wants to preach that we all need to communicate.
So when that whole thing was going on, I was having an issue with my throat. I had a sore throat, so I had to go take a nap. Just so you guys know, I'm in state. I did know it was what was going on to an extent, just because it was within a department that I'm a lead in. But I was kept in the dark for 99% of the time. I had no idea what information was being gathered. I had no idea when and what ops were going on. All I know is that Wayne was involved in some CI work, and he was his handler. That's all I knew about it. So you guys weren't just kept in the dark because you're BCSO and LSPD. I'm state, and I was kept in the dark. I was just made aware of it, kind of because it was. Someone in this in state was heading it, was taking lead on it. So, you guys weren't the only ones, and I kind of accepted it a little more than what it seems like you guys have, which is understandable. But
and I think that like right now it's the focal point, right? But I think me and Hamburger kind of draws from previous instances, and it seems like it's an ongoing thing, right? And right now it's just a topic at the table. I just want to say, Brad, I have no issues with you. I love your investigation work. I don't anything we said prior to like this current conversation. Don't take what I said earlier to heart. It wasn't directed towards you. It was directed just in general as a communication issue.
The one to my
same
right
with Gerard.
is Gerard is older, and he actually
me and you go way back, so I have no issues here.
He's
I have no issues with anybody. Really, it's just the communication as departments.
State police? No.
Neither
one of those.
I'm kind of lost right now. I am not gonna lie.
Don't be frustrated with it. Just let it go as it goes. Everything will.
But see, the problem with that is, Gerard, is that we do that, and then somehow it gets turned into it's my fault that I'm not communicating, and that's why it got snowballed into a bigger issue later on.
Yeah.
Now I'm taking a different route with Hammer and saying, you know what? I'm gonna make it known. I'm gonna put the flashlight, and we're gonna figure this out.
Yeah, pretty much.
And if it happens again in a month, then we'll have to figure out a new solution.
But I think we've got our communication issues worked out. So.
JRP.
Well, that's
Brad,
good.
Funny you say that. She's in my purple right now.
Our agency, so I can't really, speak for.
That was her.
Speak up a little bit, George.
She's actually in my purple right now, Brad.
I can't really speak for the head. I am basically the second person. I mean, doesn't mean shit.
Definitely.
But the thing about it is, though, is I knew that this was a hush hush. I know Brad got shit on.
Master, you're not talking to who?
With all the effort and big ass report he made from the whole
Cat's out of the bag.
Marina shootout. That
Did you hear that,
probably
Master?
everybody here was involved in one shape.
You're not talking to Brad? Why?
Shape, form, or fashion. So that's probably why Brad was, the person who took the, the horse by the reins and had the whole Wayne thing.
He said
so
you're
we
not
were
talking to him.
supposed
You
to
said you
actually,
typed it?
honestly, we didn't let it be known, that we even knew. So therefore, queuing you guys in was not, we was playing dumb as we knew about it, but we was just
Thought you
playing
were
dumb.
hugging
We
the best
didn't
spot
even
in the
really hard to talk to Brad
I'll
very
swear,
little
how?
about it. I mean, so there you go.
Oh yeah, it's not
Just
been a
don't,
good day.
don't
It hasn't been a
get
good
frustrated.
week.
Don't be too frustrated. Just let it be. Let everything run the course.
That's why I kept running.
And I'm
away
with
the last couple
Campbell,
days.
Brad. None of that was pointed at you. It's just It's just frustrating, and he's right. It's just built up over time. So,
It's
I'm
why
glad you got it
I
off the
asked to
chest,
retire because there's no
things to be.
communication.
We'll it'll be handled differently.
It's not quitely off the chest
Yeah,
yet.
know me as Brash, knows me as
Okay,
Rockin'.
just
Oh, that's
you know,
right.
just
Once we see improvement, it'll come
that was
off of
toward
our
you,
chest.
Master, earlier.
Well, I hear you. Just we'll work on it. I'm gonna talk to them. So we need to be a little more open with you guys. I mean, some
Not that,
things. I
Brad.
mean, you've got to understand that
Rockin'.
we will keep quiet about. But if it's something that big, I mean,
Oh, look at him whispering.
we
Ain't
do have
that
a leak
cute?
problem. Very big leak problem, and I have a
Aw.
way to resolve it. And I want to talk to you, Ace, and you, Campbell. I mean,
Did
we're
you
gonna-
just call me? Did you?
All right, on that,
Gotta go.
Hey,
Did
get your
you?
medical kit ready. Get your medical
Did you
kit
just
ready.
call me?
I did.
Oh, be careful. He might stab you.
I might too.
I'm looking this way. I don't see anything.
Watch, Hammer hasn't used that in a while. Lance, you might get hit with it.
Ouch.
Anyway,
Yeah, Lance
okay.
don't know how to dodge it. He's kind
Hammer,
of working.
dude, you know I've done it before. That's
That's what's sad. It's not the first time.
well, just something just yells at
How?
some-
What?
It's
in
the
the,
hat.
how? What did the? No,
It
it's not
isn't-
even the
hey,
hat.
It's not the voice though. So for
Better
sure,
not be the
It's
voice.
It's the LSPD and the hat.
Yep, pretty much.
Ace never wore the hat.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Well, nonetheless,
You have to keep cursing.
Just be patient. I mean, I didn't know it was as bad as it was. I mean, to be honest with you, because I just
Like, turn him down, chat.
everybody thinks I
Not
talk
loud
a
to
lot,
me. That's
but
the problem.
apparently,
I can't hear
you know,
shit. So that's my problem.
Just one of these things that you just gonna have to, work on our communication with you guys. And I will talk to
That
them
any
tomorrow
better?
night, to be a little open up. And then, like I say, I've got something I'd like to run by Hammer James. There you go. Is that better?
Okay.
All right.
What? Heard your name?
Oh, he's
You
chunky.
didn't hear it? You weren't paying attention?
I'm
Okay, well, I guess
okay.
you don't get to know what was coming about.
I thought you were taking it. Okay.
Well, now you can tell her, Rockin'.
Chunky soup.
Let the back, the cat
That's
out of the bag
sirloin.
now.
That's my favorite one. Sirloin and potato.
Oh yeah.
I'm willing to meet with you anytime, Gerard.
Well, we're gonna meet we're gonna meet as soon as we get done here.
Oh, I got to talk to the commission about a couple things.
Well, the commissioner is going to be part of this too. Sorry. Hey, you're going to be part of this there, Arlo.
Man, commish, you just get dragged into everything, don't you?
Yep. Poor. Hey, you take the horse by the
Oh,
reins.
look at that. My phone's ringing.
All right.
Let's put him in cuffs. He can't move that way.
Just kidding.
Wait, what? Is that a? Are you saying it's a hostage situation?
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's the commissioner being held at his own will. It's a hostage situation.
That is terroristic threat.
Can't be on the property.
Yeah, it's terroristic.
Go ahead and write a report up. Put in a warrant request for
hold
Baron
on.
Beauregard for terroristic threats.
He has an ankle monitor. Track him down and let's go get him.
Yeah.
Does that mean the meeting's over?
I don't know. There's got to be a warrant put in and get a warrant approved.
Why does there have to be a warrant when you already have
He
an
got
ankle
on bail.
monitor on him?
Oh, we do have an ankle monitor on him, don't we?
Yeah.
Too much to type. Basically, Master, he wants you to be in charge of SAD.
We can switch him anytime we want.
State police.
Right, Arlo. Fuck him up.
I only had one more thing I wanted to bring up, which might cause some spite and some
did I
bickering.
say it right,
but I
Rockin'?
feel like it's necessary.
Oh shit!
If it's
Oh, no,
okay,
dude.
if not, then I can.
If you're
wait.
gonna say that it's gonna cause bickering, don't ask if it's okay.
Well, this discussion
off.
we've all had went in a really good direction.
I said a trooper.
And
Okay,
the
you know what I
subject
meant.
that I'm going to bring
Come
up
on
might
now,
turn
don't give
into
me
some
crap.
bickering and some arguing or debate.
Delta 85, 10-6
And it's the responsibilities of state. 'cause it
See,
seems
I always
like
get it
there's
wrong. That's
some
why I told you to
confusion,
say exactly
and it's
what you were
starting to bother
supposed to
me.
say.
And
Damn
with
it.
Commissioner present, I want to get it figured
You
out
know, I
here
can't
and
remember
now
shit.
because the confusion's not only with me, but it's with Campbell because he's already made a statement during this meeting.
police commissioner
and it's
commands
with
SP.
both
There you go.
departments, all your employees, and
Andy,
with
what's
my
going on,
boss,
man?
G. So at state, we're still cops.
that's my
we're still
job, I
law
guess,
enforcement
Rockin', right?
officers. We still have the
Command,
ability to
state
investigate. We
patrol.
have the ability to perform traffic stops.
I gotta
We have
come
the
up with
ability
some other
to have
clothes, though. I gotta go to that
primary on
police
scenes.
thing.
Just it doesn't it's not going to happen as often as it happens with you guys. And I'm getting thrown.
Beauregard guard
at
has an
state
ankle monitor on, he can be searched
that
at any point in time.
why
So
is
if y'all
state
want to
being
find his location
involved
by ankle monitor,
when their
pick him up,
primary
he can be
responsibility is
searched and
training
arrested at any
and
time if he
and
has
traffic?
weapons on him.
Those are our primary responsibilities. Those aren't our only responsibilities. And to keep getting that thrown back at us because we're trying to participate, we're trying to hold investigations, we're trying to do our duty as law enforcement officers is quite honestly starting to piss me off. And I feel like we've discussed this once before. Maybe it wasn't actually a solution or a solid answer was given, but training and
That is your
traffic
job.
are not our only two responsibilities. We are not just teachers, and we are not highway patrol. We are state police. So, if I am incorrect,
Yeah, it does.
I want to know now that those are our only two responsibilities, and we need to withdraw ourselves from everything else, and we'll go from there. That'll change my forward motion in state.
So hold on, Commissioner. I hate to cut you off, but before you give what the actual take of state is, I would like to give you my take, just so the table's open, right? I was under the impression that state was for training and the highways,
PLL,
and
free
if
Stroma,
requested to assist with calls. That was my understanding.
So
that
those
was
are those are not their only. Those are not only their primary functions. Those are, I'm sorry, they are their primary functions, but they are still law enforcement officers. So if they're needed or if they witness something, then of course they're going to act as a law enforcement officer. Now, I don't want state going out and starting, opening investigations. I do believe that those should be handed off to local departments. But
could have been
at the end of the day, they
email
are all still
20 minutes ago.
officers. Their primary functions are outlined, but that doesn't absolve them from any other responsibility either.
And that was, to my understanding, what our responsibilities were. Primary, we're training, and our second on the list is traffic enforcement. Not just limited to highways. We're not highway patrol. Nowhere on our car or badge or vest or anything does it say we're highway patrol. We're traffic enforcement.
So you're highway
so
patrol.
I understand completely that those are our two primary responsibilities, but to get lash from y'all's officers and y'all's leadership saying that
take a break real quick. I'll be right
you
back.
guys have a problem with us being involved because you don't feel like that's our responsibility.
In less than 2 minutes, hopefully.
Not
Maybe
only
5 to the
upsets
max.
me, but it
I gotta get something
diminishes
to drink.
the department as a whole, because it's doing nothing but making the public look at us, say, "Why the hell are you here? You don't belong here." And yes, we will hand off investigations to you guys. Yes, we will bring things to your attention that state necessarily doesn't need to be responsible for, but that's not going to happen all the time. This Wayne situation, it was very abnormal to say the least, but it might happen again. State might be primary on an investigation. We are a small department. It is very easy within a small department to keep things closed, keep things very tight, keep things from getting leaked.
I have an issue right there, Bradford, because the commissioner literally just said that state should not be taking lead in an investigation, and then you're saying that you are, or you're going to, if it arises.
So I think what he's saying is that there's always an exception, right? In police work, we have exceptions to almost every rule. There's a lot of things that are circumstantial. There's a lot of things that are situational. So I think that all that's being asked here is that we work together. We work with one another instead of infighting with one another and complaining about another department. But at the end of the day, our goal is all still the same, is it not?
Yeah, absolutely. And my confusion was only based off of I was informed of what state was going to be. That's all. And no offense to you, Bradford, but if I'm not hearing it from G or the commissioner.
Oh, well, I'm number 2 in the department, so everything that comes from my mouth is either comes from Arlo or comes from my boss G. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of raising the energy of this conversation, but it irritates me and it upsets me and diminishes my responsibility as a cop when I hear things. Well, why was state involved? They shouldn't be involved. That's not their responsibility. And not to call you out, Campbell, but that's not the first time that you've said it. You've said it almost every meeting that we've been at.
I was supposed to walk out and give Arlo my badge on my way out because, I'm handcuffed, I'm caged, so I just, it's, So.
If we have, I'm going to speak for myself, but if I don't have the ability to perform my duties as an entirety as a law enforcement officer, I have no interest in being with state. I will leave state and seek refuge with either BCSO or LSPD. So, because it takes everything away from us whatsoever. Yes, we know our responsibilities, but
I'll be honest. I'd rather just start my own PI firm then. I'll just hand my stuff in and I'll go
Be
private.
advised, I'm still down here at Vanilla Unicorn, but
so if that's what, if we're outnumbered and everybody wants us to only be responsible for highways and training and leave everything else alone, this is the time to discuss it and come up with a 100% rock solid answer, and then it'll give us the ability to discuss our futures within law enforcement and not just wander or have to deal with the spite and the back talking and all that stuff.
All right, so
I'll say this here: I will not disrespect you guys at all, no more. I'm fully clear of what you guys' responsibilities are, and if I hear BCSO downgrade what Stater's doing, I will inform them of your responsibilities. That was my cloudy vision of what State was, so that is my fault, and I will take blame to that. I like both of you as officers. If that's your jurisdiction, or not jurisdiction, that's a bad word. If that's your focus as a department, that's completely fine to me. I will support you guys 100%.
Brad wants to quit.
Do not support that ringtone though.
Yeah, sorry, I told her I was busy.
With that being said, I want to stop here and take a second, and I want to make something known. I want this nonsense about I'm going to turn my badge in to stop. It ends right now, because that tells me that you're not willing to cooperate and you're not willing to work together. All right.
I'm not trying to turn my badge in. I'm just trying to retire.
Hold on. Every time somebody tells me they're going to put their damn badge down, that just tells me that you don't give a shit about anything else but your department and what's going on under your purview. We all work together.
I knew I
we
forgot
all
something.
have the same goal. So I don't want to hear that anymore. And the next time somebody tells me they're going to put their badge down, just go ahead and give it to me. All right? Because this is getting old.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm shocked that you just made that statement when this is an open floor discussion.
Yeah,
and both of our statements were that if our expectations
this was a general statement.
If our expectations are to limit our ability as law enforcement officers, that is not something we're interested in doing. And I specifically said I would seek refuge within LSPD or BCSO to continue my law enforcement career.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
This was a general statement. This has been going on a lot longer than just this meeting, right?
Yeah.
I hear all over town that people are talking about going on long vacations and handing in their badge, or just a bunch of him-hawing and a bunch of childish shit, all right? And that's what's getting old to me. If you can't handle it and you want to turn your badge in, then give me your badge. I'm not pointing this at anybody specifically. This goes out to the whole entire room here. If you do not want to continue to do this and you don't think that you can work together with all these individuals, then go ahead and hand it to me.
Leadership. Rockin', they need one strong team, not three.
The guidelines have been clear from day one on State.
They do.
Those are their primary functions. That does not limit them to those functions.
No, and I don't think it should. My opinion. But what do I know? I think both of them make good
so we all get on it?
good leaders. Now there's one that I don't
we're
like
on the same page.
in that department, but
we
I
all
won't
disagree,
go there.
agree.
Out of the
That's
three.
what this is for. It's just for us to, well, what I thought was to get it out and vent it, but
Well, certainly you have to understand my frustration when that's everybody's answer is just, I'm going to hand my badge in instead of saying, all right, let's work this out.
SP?
The go-to is, oh, I'm just going to hand my badge in.
They do.
right. Or you can look at it as someone who knows their worth and knows that they're being downplayed
No, don't do
and
that,
knows that
Matty.
they're better suited somewhere else.
See,
That
Bradford, I
was
think
what my
you're taking
statement
this
was.
personally, and this was not pointed at anyone specific.
can't
That
be
was a
with you no
general
more.
statement for this entire room.
Right, and it was brought up because of my statement. So
Well,
I didn't
no.
take it personally.
It's
Myself-
my statement.
What is our training,
No,
guys?
it was-
We're supposed to do.
You two said
Rockin'?
it, I said it, and Hammer said it at this table tonight. So I can understand why the commissioner said it.
I haven't said it.
And it should stress the seriousness of the topics that we bring up.
Yeah, who
We're
to go
willing
share?
to step away and make changes.
Yeah, but if you're he
and-
won't
and-
go share.
and
I
Not
will
only
go
bring it to
share.
the attention of everybody in the
Where's the
room,
limit?
and not in private
Okay,
conversations,
good.
not
I was
in,
thinking it was
in-
this
in
month. I was like,
little huddle
"Shh,
sessions.
I got so much crap on my
But
plate
it's
right
shows
now,
the
Chad."
seriousness of why
I
this topic
am
was
going
brought
to
up. That we're
Austin,
willing
I'm
to
going to
make
Houston.
dramatic changes in our direction of law
The
enforcement.
next couple of
to
weeks before the end of the month.
come to a solution to the problem.
I got my schedule.
So I think that
So
The
the solution
statement-
to the problem is to throw your hands up and give up. That's what I'm getting out of that?
Let me
Because
figure
that's
out
not
Rocket
at all
what
what
was-
I'm looking for here.
Based
I
off
got
of
so
my
much shit on
statement,
my
no,
plate,
because that's
bro.
not what I said.
I just got my schedule today.
Not at all
I
what
haven't
I
got
said.
the full schedule yet. This week
That's
is
exactly why I said that was a general
I might
statement.
try to get in for an hour or two.
Mine was just out of anger.
And I understand, but
I'm
at the
about
same
to do a
token,
big forum discussion.
I've kind of
This
been
is Jeff.
tossed through 3 different things in a matter of weeks here, so I'm a little
Since we shouldn't be hiding behind
trying to right this ship.
private Discord. What?
And frustration and miscommunication and
They're way too fucking
very
loud?
bad term, but lack of
Does
leadership.
that help a little
that's
bit?
It all leaks down
I
to
can turn
one
myself up a
simple
little
thing
bit.
is
Does
you
that help you
not
guys out a
knowing
little
what
bit?
you're doing anymore.
I do that.
And that's not giving up. That's not
Since
throwing
we
in the
shouldn't
towel.
be
that's
hiding
not
behind
saying
a private
this is worthless.
private
That's-
Discord. Oh boy.
That's saying that's not what you're a law enforcement.
That is
that's
way
saying
better,
what
okay.
you're saying what you're in law enforcement's for is not what's happening. Obviously, that's going to come with some
What are they fixing to
justification.
do?
You
I'm
can't
so
just
fucking
say
confused
you're
right
aware of the
now.
highway.
What did my wife
But
just send
in
me?
the situation that
Sorry
I
about
brought
that,
up,
guys. My wife just sent me a text.
Felt it was definitely necessary to say that if we're going to be tied to the point where we can't be cops anymore and we're going to get this blowback,
Oh,
then
that's not good.
I'm going to make changes. And
I understand that, but you are not tied. I've never tied you. I've never tied your hands, and I've never implied
that's
that
not
was
good
the
shit.
case. So
you to me, no, but you, for hearsay information, not knowing for a fact, but you saying to somebody else that says to somebody else that it's not state's responsibility, has
For the
definitely
coming
happened more than once.
To
and
just
to my
take
face.
Bradford's badge.
I've been told the same thing. This is not your
They
problem.
fired
go
him
away.
once and brought him back
so
in.
then
Commissioner said
that,
so. It has
so then
been,
that needs to stop. The commissioner has said no such thing. The SOPs are out. It's
Administrative
clearly outlined what your
disciplinary
priorities
is
are, but that
available
does
for
not limit
membership
you to
requests.
not being a law enforcement officer.
Commish.
Problem solved and question answered.
I'm waiting for the the commish.
And
to
I
just take
apologize for
Bradford's
saying that
badge.
earlier. It was just out of anger. I told you, Arlo, that I would be here until at least the election, and I'm not going anywhere, and I'm going to continue to try to build the department back up to
Got a lot of
my
shit
best
going
of my
on, chat.
abilities.
Hey guys, if you haven't done so, make sure you hit that like, that follow, that share, that sub.
I understand.
Be much appreciated, Chaz. We're trying to grow. If you haven't done
General,
so, look us up on Kick.
We'll call it a fun rivalry, right?
.com
Because you've got
/
departments that play ball
grow
against one another. There's
underscore
a general rivalry, but
force.
it's generally just
have
a
our
fun
own,
kind of poking
little
thing.
internal foil
What I don't
request
understand
process.
is when people start saying this is not your job. We're all law enforcement officers. We're all here to do the same job at the end of the day.
Wait, we
Even
are?
FIB, we're all here doing the same exact thing. So to deny somebody support and tell them that that's not their job, I don't want to hear it anymore. That needs to come to an end. We need to address it. And I'm not even speaking about just high command. I'm talking about everybody because I've heard it all over the place, and that gets under my skin to no end. Because if your solution to a problem
See,
is
I like
to
it
throw
when
your hands
the
up and
troopers
walk
are
away,
there.
then just go ahead
It
and
actually
walk
helps
away,
me out
because
a
that
lot.
tells me that you're not willing to do what it takes to make things right and work things out.
I like it when the state patrol's around. All right, I follow you on that platform also. I appreciate that, Andy. Shit. Now what's going on here?
I understand being frustrated. I really do. Believe me, I get frustrated. Seems like on a daily basis with things. But just to say that you're done and you're going to
Oh,
walk
boy.
away from it, then go on. Don't make threats. Just do it.
Well, all right then. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry I had to be that person.
Really, Campbell?
I had to.
Good job.
But no, I totally agree with you, Commissioner. I've talked. I know at least a couple BCSO guys out of talking that way, at least in open room. If you want to talk to me like that in private, let's square it away. And I think that's really what we're all here.
I
Right?
saw your thing, Maddie.
This group of guys right here.
Why are we going behind
excluding
Arlo's back about what?
Lenny, these are the high command of this city. We, in a sense, is our own department, our own division. right? And
Turn him down. And
I
he
think it's
is
more
loud,
of a
chat. I hear it now. He's loud.
almost
as
like a
piss.
therapy meeting more than a high command meeting anymore. Like we just like
Yeah, it is.
mend
It's a
everybody's
fucking bitch,
issues
bitch,
and
bitch, bitch,
we
bitch.
start the next week with new issues, right? I think, you know, I guess me and Hammer kind of brought the
better?
frustration out tonight
Little
just
bit better?
because, you know, there was a lot of people listening, and it wasn't that we were mad at somebody. It was mad maybe at ourselves, maybe
That a little
you know,
bit better,
at a
chat.
process that we
Turn them
needed
down a
more
little
people
bit.
to hear.
I turned
And,
myself up.
you
I
know,
can turn
once you
myself up
get
a little bit
angry,
more, but I don't turn
obviously
myself
we
up
all
that
know
loud.
it.
I will
There's
die.
things that are said that
Oh,
we
yeah,
really
it's
don't
peeking out.
mean. But
It's
as
not good,
At the
chat.
situation.
yeah, and I think, and like I said, that's where I stemmed from, and like I said, State, I don't know if I said something personally to you guys to irritate you
Why
guys.
are we going
but
behind
I
Arlo's
mean
back,
nothing of
Master?
it. I've worked with both of you
What are you
for a
talking
very
about?
long time now.
I'm confused, Maddie. Send me a message. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was confused.
I don't go behind Arlo's back about nothing.
Not, and
I've gone straight to Arlo
good
about
with
my
it.
bitches and complaints because I can't get these two idiots to listen to me. They are listening better now, but
And I don't mean
there
that
for the longest they wouldn't
sarcastically.
fucking tell me
You know,
nothing.
moving forward, I'm actually.
And now FIB is doing the same thing to all of us, which I can understand why they don't communicate to us.
I'm just, it's
So.
frustrating to be told the single biggest issue is communication. And the first thing out of the box I try to do is start working on communication, and the biggest issue still is communication. And that should be the most important thing that we have in our pocket, because the question I've always asked in interviews is, what's the most important tool we have? And it's our mouth.
I'm not touching that one.
Well, I meant communication. Oh, golly.
Your voice.
Jeez.
Wow.
Your voice. Your voice. Yes, there we go. Voice.
And it's amazing.
No, it's your voice. It's your voice in general.
I know a few have noticed it walking in here, but you know, it's amazing how such the big topic of tonight was communication, and I don't know if anybody else noticed it, but the door literally says communications. Is this room right here?
Yep, that's the first thing me and him saw when we walked through the door.
Yep.
That's funny.
So I don't know if it was Harper's doing, because he stopped me. He's like, nope, you're going to the 53rd floor. And I was like, okay.
Communications room.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was kind of like a, I don't know what the epiphany. Is that what would be the right word?
It's like more of a light bulb situation.
It's an aha moment.
I would just say the door itself even knows that the communication needs to improve.
Had a text chain.
It has.
Pop? What?
And I'll say this.
Automatic gun
another
control.
step in communication that I'm willing to
For
take.
in-game
you know,
audio.
I don't have
Keeps
to
everything
ride
the
with
same
BCSO.
volume. Where do you
know,
do that?
If any of you guys have something that either you see that my guys
Yo,
are doing,
we got 100
or,
messages today.
something you
That's
want to
nice.
just get off your
I'm going
chest
to
and talk about,
into MLA.
call me up.
Chat in
I will
Discord.
park my cruiser and I'll
I'm
hop
sick
in
of
with
typing.
you and we'll do a shift together.
All right.
I don't care if it's FIB,
I'll see
SAFR,
if I can add
State, LSPD, even you.
Y'all are gonna lose comms for a
Anybody
second.
wants to-
Sorry, guys, you're not gonna be able to hear anything for a second. I gotta get over here. Where is our Discord? Where's our Discord? No. There we go. I'm in there now.
But a lot of issues can be resolved in two people just clashing heads for 20-30 minutes and getting a resolution.
Hello.
Yep.
So, from personal experience, I think that a lot of times
Now that- hey,
conversations
where's that
such as
thing
this
you were
need
talking
to be
about?
handled in a private manner, because
The automatic game control.
I know we
have
all want to be
absolutely no idea, and I'm in no
on good
condition
terms
to
with our
promote into your computer.
deputies and our
Oh,
officers.
gee, thanks.
It's a given, right? But we can't be their friends.
So,
we can't be
I-
buddy with them.
I
we
would have
can't.
to look at your computer.
You know, there's certain
and
things
see
that
where
we
it is,
shouldn't
but
say or
I
do
guarantee you it's a
around
setting.
them.
Every sound card has it. Every
issues such as
virtual
this should
audio
be kept
driver has
private.
it. So
Should be discussed
okay.
privately.
We'll get to it.
You know,
We're not gonna be
and
around tomorrow.
That goes
in the
back to my
afternoon, just
statement
so you
about the
know.
badges.
40
When
years.
when your deputies and your officers start
You can't
hearing
hear
that
the
their
scanners
sheriff
in the
or their
background, can
chief
you?
or whoever
Nope.
it may be is throwing
good.
around the idea.
You at the
of
station?
certain-
automatic game control.
How much stability does that show them? How much does that?
Are you at
how
the,
does that make them
station?
feel when it comes to
Yes,
their
I am.
job?
I
Because
am working on
you know
the
somebody
last
else is
two
going to come in
computers,
and,
then,
might
this
make a
project
world
is
of changes
done.
for the better or for the worse. I guess my point is that if you
months ago.
are frustrated,
Yeah.
I
We bought
understand
new
that. But
computers,
sometimes we
but
have to step back, count to 10, take a breath before we just word vomit, because when our lower ranking officers start to hear these things, it comes off as instability and uncertainty.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
you saying
absolutely.
that.
So, I mean, just
Trying to listen
take
to it
for
at the same time.
example, the changes
That's right.
through
The last two are getting
Wayne
deployed
and
tonight.
Hammer here.
nice.
And,
What were you
there
gonna
was
tell
a lot of
Maddie? I
stability
think she's
there,
still
right?
here.
And you
What was
sense
I
the
gonna tell
shift
her?
in
Yeah.
where
The only thing
recruits
that
were
I had
going,
said was that,
stuff like that, because they're
based on her experience and based on her interest, is that she is most likely going to end up getting fast tracked through whatever department she joins when she moves to LEO, and through that into state police.
There you go,
she'll
Maddie.
Probably be within a year. She'll probably be a state trooper.
here.
Probably
This is
sooner
the
than that, but
highest-
If we don't
my
show
opinion.
Well, that's
stability,
why I said within a year.
how are we going
Because
to
it
expect the
it
rest of
depends
our
on whether or
department
not
to?
she goes BCSO or she goes LSCCO or LSSCO, whatever. If she
And
does,
I don't want to stand here and dwell on it. I don't want to stand here and argue
if she
about
wants
it.
to stay
I
there
think
for a little
that,
bit longer before moving,
you know,
or if she wants
it's
to just
out
move
there.
right
We
away,
understand that this is an
within
issue,
a year,
so
we'd like
let's
to have
work
her at
on
state
it. Let's
police.
move forward.
There you go, Maddie.
Let's figure out what the issue is.
But
as far as
ultimately,
the
that's a
leaks
Grow
go,
Toy call.
department
Yep,
heads,
and
I
I'll
would
get with Toy.
suggest
Once
that
Toy
you,
gets to know her, he'll understand.
you know,
He needs. I need
put
to get Toy on some
time
of my
into it,
streams.
Put some thought into it and see
So
if
you
we
can
figure
see.
out where these leaks are coming from. Because until we
that's where
stop
I'd
the
like
leaks,
to see in a year.
there's
Yeah, I'd like to
always
see her
going
a
to be
little bit sooner than
situations
that.
where we
That's just
do
my
have
opinion.
to keep things private from other people.
Well,
And until we
ultimately,
stop
it's
those
your
leaks, we may
decision,
not be
you
able to
and
share
Toy
things,
and your
across the
two
board.
sheriffs and whatever chiefs you end up with.
So, pull back, take a look at what's going on.
So,
even if this
honestly,
means
she could
having a
probably
meeting
take
when you
a
guys get
supervisory
back
chief
with
position.
your departments, have a meeting about it.
She could.
If she
have
doesn't
a
want to go state
conversation.
police.
Yeah.
Make them aware
Yeah.
that we know that
Because
things are
currently
leaking.
the two sheriffs are the
and that we're going to be watching
chiefs.
because that's unacceptable.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
In my eyes, that's
Which
grounds
is
for
really friggin' weird.
entirely grounds for termination.
Pretty much.
So it sounds like I got rid of one of mine.
I got a hunch on possibly two of mine.
So,
Let me find one, and they gonna find out. They gonna be done real quick.
But I will not be.
I'm gonna be very, very vague here.
Right, because if they're
some
comfortable,
went down tonight.
right, I'm gonna.
Yeah, don't-
I don't want to throw a flag at them.
So
Then it'll be more harder to find them.
Is it what I'm thinking? I think it is.
I think if they're becoming comfortable and giving information out, then I think it'll be easier
You talking
to
about
kind
with work?
Yeah.
Obviously, Lance and
Yeah.
Nick here, and maybe we'll
some-
grab
some
another
shit went
guy.
down, we'll talk about it later, but let's just
and
say
we'll kind of hold our own little investigation
everything's coming up,
internally.
Brad. Or everything's coming up Millhouse.
I have a way to
Uh-oh.
probably resolve it.
No,
That's what I was going to
that's-
talk to you guys about.
That's good.
Fire everybody.
What, well, I mean,
All right.
no, that's not quite what.
I've been trying to retire anyway.
God damn it!
Would they
That's
fire
not
you?
what I'm saying.
All right, go ahead.
What?
Nah, I made a commitment, sir.
Hey, this bitch been saying he's going to retire.
Speak up,
forever.
though.
Who knows he's not going to retire?
Speak up, Gerard. We can hear you.
You can hear me anyway, shit ass.
Oh,
damn!
I was trying to help them out, and you try to just call me out. I see it is.
I'm
all right, guys.
Okay.
What do you
enough
have to
that.
throw out there on Gerard?
I'm not just gonna meet with you two guys, and then because
Okay.
it's gonna take some tweaking. It's definitely gonna take some tweaking. So, I've got a plan. Just got to make sure that it.
You're not
works
allowed.
right.
I know, Maddie. I'm not
Whoever
allowed
you-
to leave. It's
you
all your
want to
damn
let
fault.
know who you trust, you can. Again, it's just gonna take some tweaking. So just be patient.
Arlo's wanting me to
Yeah,
retire.
Gerard, the last time I tweaked something, I was up on the couch for 3 days. Wow.
Well, don't go to the VU, and you won't have that problem.
And that's why you sit behind the desk.
State don't have to, or fire
Just
department.
kidding.
This is just
See, I'm
between,
only hearing one side of this
LSPD.
conversation, so I have no idea what's going on.
BCS.
He said the last time he tweaked something, he ended up on the couch for a week. I said, well, quit going to the VU, Vanilla Unicorn.
Oh
The strip
my
club.
God. I know what I've been.
Sounds good. Let's have that meeting. Anything else? Anything
Probably
else
been
coming
playing
about?
GTA longer than you have.
Is there
Yeah,
any
I can
way
guarantee you have.
that that
I didn't get
state
back
may
into
be
it
able
until a
to
couple of years
assist
ago.
you in these investigations? I know that we
was
talked
in
about
line
the
the
state
day
not
it
doing
came out.
investigations, but I do believe that being an
I
outside
bought it when it was
entity,
first
it
came
might
out
be a
the
little
first
bit
time, and
easier for
then
them to
I stayed away from
gather
it for a while, and I
intelligence
was like,
on
I
it.
don't want to play that. And then I found out I could be a cop again. I'm like, hell yeah.
No, it was a general question.
Oh. Not mine.
I would say
consistently playing
depending
it
on the
since,
situation and how we
Damn,
try
when
to
did we get so many fucking computers?
we'll call it catch them. I would have
You
no
keep buying
problem
them?
if we need an extra
No,
body
I
or an
don't.
extra
I
set of
keep
eyes.
replacing them is what I keep doing.
If that makes sense. If that's kind of
And
like
they
an
don't
answer
they
you're
don't get
looking
rid
for.
of the ones that need to be gotten rid of.
Well, excuse me.
No, they do, because there's a pile of 4 of them sitting right here.
I mean, I'll be
in front of
honest.
me,
We have
and someone
detectives
asked
on
me
both
tonight if they could buy one, and I
departments,
said,
and
that's not my
I was
decision
gonna
to
want
make.
to talk with Brock, but currently I have not seen. I see a lot of graffiti reports.
Yeah.
But I don't
Holy
see
piss.
any investigations or
Hey, Maddie, in her
de-
graffiti
we'll
reports.
just call it detective work in reality. I mean, I try not to. I haven't seen nothing. Now, if it's hush hush, if it's staying in detective, that's completely fine.
Oh no, I mean you want to know what the big blow is? 80%
Oh,
the properties that you've been watching people going in and out of
response
are
to
no
that
longer
disturbance
existent.
Yeah.
So,
That housing crisis hurt a lot.
All right, Bryn. I
is a
said
lot of
Maddie.
stuff gets shut down there.
So, is there a way with detectives now that we have? I have what, 1 or 2?
Well, it's just Justin.
Yeah,
right
for
now.
now. What if, we could include him on the LSPD leaks, and then Brock, or do you have anybody else?
You said all right, Brad?
No, like I said, it's just me and Justin right now.
Okay,
You
so
said
then we could
all
have
right,
like
Brad,
Brock
and
on
I
our
said,
side
what's
as a
going on?
detective, and then kind of help build the detective case, and then it might show interest through departments.
Can
Say,
I
oh,
do
that's
that?
that's kind of
Not
like
like
what the
a whole nother
detectives
fucking
do.
computer to do.
Well, we might want to listen to Gerard real quick and see what he has to say too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
That's just an
Yeah,
it's
I
an
probably
option.
won't do the
what
other
I'm
computer
saying is
tonight.
going to take some.
Actually, you know what? I can't do the other computer
I'm
tonight.
doing it.
Internal affairs? No, they're not internal affairs.
Victory.
I mean, he's old, but he has been around the block a time or two.
Yeah.
Depends if he's chasing.
You're not
Syndicate
dumb.
or not.
Wherein depends what?
If
Chasing Syndicate. My bad. Sorry.
Jackass.
Well, I've been.
You're gonna get stabbed, Hammer.
What's going on with Bo?
Go ahead.
Is he being picked up or what?
I haven't heard.
You know, I got a 10-9 on that last
They
transmission.
were
I said
kind of trapping
Gerard's
him.
fixing to go over and
I
stab
haven't
Hammer.
heard anything in 10
I
He's
know
been
it.
in the same
10
spot
minutes
for
or
the last
more.
10 minutes.
Well, before we adjourn this, I'm just gonna say I love you all like a brother, and
I
I'll
swear to God,
willing
if
to
this-
stand next to you
If
if I
this
have
computer
to.
blue screens, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I just hope you're wearing
Swell.
deodorant when you're standing next to me.
No, not on my left arm, and that's where you're gonna be.
Hey, look at that. It's working.
Ass.
Oh.
Lance, Mick, you got anything to say? You guys been here for a while. You haven't said a whole lot.
I mean, you pretty much brought up the discussion on everything and going forward. So.
Oh my God. Are you still
I
in
don't
Makes
have
you just to be
anything.
the pretty face.
No, that's not true. I am not pretty. But I will
we
tell
just
you
need-
this: if you want to talk to somebody that does all them dagnum reports, you want to talk to Bryn with them dang graffiti reports. She's one of your major ones. Bryn, myself, and 2 others are the ones that have been doing all them dang things. We keep scrubbing the shit out of them and
Seen
trying to
her
get
in a
them rid of
while.
them as fast as we can, especially around the
I believe
FIB
she,
building
and
and
You're a
the
huge dick.
hospital. So
Massive pile of dicks.
why?
The ones that are
Because you're throwing her under the bus.
I'm not throwing her under the bus. I'm actually trying to help her out.
that are painted
Sounds
on
like it.
houses or anything like that.
I can barely hear you, brother. This table's not that wide.
Oh.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, a little bit better.
All right.
It's
Well,
that
look,
hardwood getting in the way.
yeah, it's all hardwood.
Oh my God.
It's marble, it's not hardwood. Dang it.
I don't see Anita anywhere.
No, it's Vicky.
Oh, Vicky.
Oh Jesus.
Oh yeah, he likes Vicky real well.
Have you been tested this week? I need to stay a little bit farther away from you.
With Delta 85?
Goodness gracious, never mind.
Go ahead for Delta 20.
Well, what were you trying to say, bro?
Hey, I noticed they put in a warrant.
I don't even remember.
Barrett, we have him on the ankle monitor.
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you.
All right, so the graffiti that you're seeing like right now
to go out and
in the
use my
middle
vape
of
and then realize that I was in the middle of doing
houses
something.
and stuff, the ones that are painted like directly on some
that-
houses and
that was
garages.
altered. You must have missed
Yep.
that. We don't need
Start
a
leaving
warrant.
a
He's
few
out
of
on
those
bail.
We have been. We've left. We've annotated them and left them up.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So some of them we're trying to see, like we did the Nino boys. I think was the last one we did. Myself and 85 Leon. We left them up just to see what we could get back from the East Side Ballas.
Yeah,
Since
exactly.
it's an East Side Balla area and not a Nino boys area.
Something foggy came to my memory yesterday with the whole Merc thing. She mentioned something, and she said that ESB and Nino are friends again. They called that beef 5 days ago. Well, it was 6 days because it was yesterday. And they aren't the ones tagging, or they're leading police on. She kind of made it seem like
That's a negative. We caught Ken Cazado down there, which is a known ESB.
That's what I thought, but she was trying to lead on that they're friends again, and that the tagging isn't what it seems to be.
Yeah, we have a positive ID on Ken Cazado.
Because she tried saying, are you tagging? So I tried to say, yeah, I was tagging. I was about to tag their factory when I was there.
I know.
But
I know.
She says, well,
I know.
you're
I know,
lying to me 'cause
Manny.
I know that.
I know,
East Side
Bryn.
And aren't fighting anymore. I said,
I
yeah, I'm
know,
trying to get them to
Bryn.
fight
You
across
need
the
to-
gang war.
you
It's a
need to
whole
retard
story
your
for
anger.
myself. Trying to keep way covered, but yeah, she said that they're not fighting no more, and she knows who's tagging. And it's not him. So I just
Trying to back you up in front of your boyfriend.
thought I'd bring up to detectives.
Currently,
So
it's
you guys
just
are aware.
me, Delta 85, Delta 87 is a ride along, but it's staying in the
Part
car.
of PID.
So what I'm
and-
hearing is we got
I gotta turn this fucking radio off.
officers
It's killing me.
tagging to
No,
imitate, and then we have detectives
I tried saying that
reporting
because
it.
I had read the reports, so I could get.
Wait a minute. Did you? We have officers actually tagging? What the hell?
I didn't hear that. I said I told her I did it because I was trying to stay under.
That's
But yeah.
killing me.
Yeah.
I mean, my hearing aids are a little low, but I heard I'm tagging stuff, and I'm like, what the hell are you
I'm
talking
not
about?
tagging anything.
But
all right.
I gotta get with Campbell about an individual here later and see if we can't do some finagling on a couple things. I think I might have another detective for you as well, Brock. So I might want to
I'm
sit
sorry,
down and
did
talk
you
with you,
just
but
say
we've got to work on
finagling?
her
Alright.
promotion if that's gonna happen.
Oh.
His or
Did you
her.
just say
Okay.
finagling?
Well, she ain't gonna bounce right up there. I'll tell you that right.
No, I know.
You do
I know
realize
that.
That's not a word, right?
All right, so I gotta talk to a guy about a horse. Hang on.
We have currently all the experience except for one in the same room. Can we adjourn and go deal with Barrett? He doesn't have enough bodies out there to go get Barrett.
Well, let's
He's-
go
he's
get
currently
Barrett.
Stationary.
Do we want to? Do we have any other members of the SWAT team that can help
I'd say
out?
just
Or
roll the numbers, pick him up for the threat. Well, first we got to find out who he made the threat to. I don't know
I'll
who
just
he
search him. If
called.
he has a gun on him, he can be searched at any time. Just search him. I guarantee he's got a gun on him.
yeah, but if he made a law enforcement threat to an officer,
thing.
then we
Yeah.
need to get them
he made a
involved.
threat. He made a threat to a building, but I think he called
Yeah.
somebody specifically and made the threat.
Yeah, it
Um,
sounded like he called somebody specifically, and made a threat that he would blow up the VU with Kimber inside of it.
Who did he call to make
So
that,
probably
that threat that
Blackjack?
he was going to blow the building? He texted that to Kimber. It is in the evidence section of the report.
All right. I have no issues with adjourning. I do want to just kind of recycle. Homework is going to be looking into these leaks, and then we'll also move forward with the Department of Heavy
They better hope I
Duties,
don't find these damn leaks.
bi-weekly. We'll get going on that. We'll see. Next Thursday will be our first one. Same time, 9 o'clock next Thursday.
Okay.
Copy that.
Won't be me.
Commissioner,
I
you
won't
gonna
be
around
there.
after this because I do need to talk to you about two things.
All right. Yep. I'll be here.
Okay. All right.
Need to determine what to do about Wayne.
Like there, it's moving into the front of the house. Yeah,
What-
10-4. We're getting you a team together. Stand by.
All right. I'm gonna go help them real quick.
So we need to rock and roll, I
Sorry,
guess.
I was whispering. He's up in the county, so who's handling it?
Are you doing a patrol, or are you
decide who
literally
you want to go up and pick 'em up?
I came for the meeting, but now I'm.
It's
they're
just
trying to
sheriff's
get
deputies.
SWAT
You have
to go up.
20, you have 85, and then a ride along.
Jesus Christ.
So if Lance and Mick want to go up there to assist that, what? No.
Sorry, I have to go.
Okay.
All right, I'm heading up
Sorry
there.
to do that.
Kick ass.
Alrighty.
Let's go, Brock.
Where are we going?
What's the 20 of the location?
538, but he has went inside the house at 6.
Alright. Check to
All
see
right,
if there's any last Windows updates.
Everybody, pick a meeting location that's going to be involved.
I gotta
Meet
give
up.
keys to
Make
somebody.
sure everybody's aware.
for
He's
my
going.
How do we get down to the
prison for
basement?
nines.
I think it's right.
So-
No, it's over here.
Shit, where'd he go?
Usually there's a door or a stairway. Check that first.
I'm gonna run to my apartment.
I'll just go to Brock. Give those keys to the sheriff. Already have one. I'll go with Brock. Brock, you ready?
Where are we going? What are we doing?
Somewhere up north, I think. What's the location of this?
Let's meet at 531 Vinewood Bowl and debrief.
531, Brock.
Margaret.
What do I look like? Your navigational aid or some shit?
Maybe.
It's called a GPS.
I'm not your GPS. Just saying, Brock.
You are today.
I am not your bitch. I can't mark it.
Yeah, you marked it.
Okay. It's not showing up on my map. I put my seatbelt on for it. I'd die.
No, not for 531.
I had it marked as 531, you jack. That's why I
Alright,
couldn't
try it
mark it.
again.
You had it marked.
Yeah, try it
Son
again.
of a biscuit witch. Hey, look there.
Whoever submitted those evidence photos, can you take a smaller evidence photo? We can't expand it in NVT.
What are you doing?
I'll send you an email because
Just-
that's the best I can do.
Step one.
For those that go in circles, let them be known as big wheels.
Go ahead.
I figured this truck out. You only turn up the first two and it grips a
I'm about
lot
to run
better.
a room with a really, really loud radio, so just so you're aware.
I can't hear it at all, so you're good.
Well, I haven't even gone into the room yet.
I want Hogwarts. Yeah, me
Do we
too.
have eyes on him still,
At this
or
point.
the house still?
Just on an ankle monitor.
I thought I seen he was entering the building with Mercedes.
We need to make sure that we have still ankle monitor before he decides to take a nap.
Emails have been sent.
What's your number? 412, right?
Yes, sir.
Show Delta 4 and 412 arriving in 30 seconds.
His ankle monitor is not picking up.
And he's gone to sleep.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Yep, 10-4.
Well, do we have the other one in there? Is there anybody in there?
That'll take me a
Fully
minute,
checked
but
at this time. There is there Trooper 3 or Trooper 2, sorry.
it'll take me a minute, but I could run all the monitors. Just stand by.
I should have moved on this a hell of a long time ago instead of waiting.
Yeah,
Just my opinion.
Getting a little frustrated.
Well,
about
if
it.
he makes
I'm
a
not
if he
getting
makes an
anything off
open
my
threat,
second monitor
we
either.
immediately. What do you say?
Nothing on Merc.
If he makes an active
no,
threat,
no.
we need to make a move on it immediately instead of waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was kind of my bad on that one.
I think we're gonna get hit.
Yeah, I picked up the original call.
Hold on.
I didn't have my radio on, so. And Rockin's getting a 99. Active fire.
All right, I got a location in Nova. She's down south in the bay.
State Department north of us, and we'll get the first standby.
There you go.
Let's go, guys.
Yeah, standby.
So, do we want to go down there and pick her up? Because we can tag her in any time, and she was just up there with Bo.
I didn't see her
Next
ankle
thing on the
monitor up
taggy,
there
I
at all,
guess.
unless you did.
I believe an officer saw her and Bo enter that facility, correct?
No, that was Mercedes. Yeah, it was Mercedes. I'm talking to the officer now.
I thought that's who they just said was down south.
No,
Yeah, they're down south.
No.
Merc was one she was with, or he was with, and that's the new girl that they're talking about now.
Oh,
there
new
were
girl.
he said that Gertrude said that there were 3 other people there that he couldn't identify.
Who the
That were
hell's
not
Gertrude?
Hang on.
Gertrude Sterling.
Okay, I haven't met that person yet.
You'll know. You'll know. Pink hair, pink mustache.
Oh yeah, I dealt with him once already today.
Yeah.
Wow.
he's a special guy.
Never dealt with him, so I don't know either.
Delta 50, 1042, 107 for the night.
10-4, thank you for your service tonight. Have a wonderful and blessed evening.
Okay, James Daniels is asleep. Hey, someone open that up and just tell me the name, one by one. Tell me the name after James Daniels.
I don't even know where we're looking at. Otherwise, it would.
Bulletin board. Last post on bulletin board.
It's Heron Brown, James Daniels.
I looked up James Daniels already.
Okay.
He went to sleep. Heron Brown. Hang on.
Yep. But if we don't have them for anything, we can search them, but we can't revoke the bill.
Jackboot Games.
Right. I'm curious.
What is
to
a
see who's up
Jackboot
there.
game? I wanted to stream with somebody tonight. So I'm gonna be out of town for the next 3 days.
Heron went to sleep. Nova, she's down south. She's in the bay.
Oh, Nova.
Says she's in the bay.
Yeah, she's down by that garage.
She's at Kate's.
Alright, and Stone went to sleep. So the only one that's up is Nova.
Jeez,
So he went to sleep
gonna
after doing
stop breaking stuff anytime soon?
Nope. That's fire department for you. I like to
So,
break shit.
what was the threat that he made?
That he was going to blow up the VU with Kimber in it.
Via tweet,
by a
text message.
Text message.
And we received that text message.
Do we have a copy of that?
It's all on the
Give me 1 second.
warrant.
Okay.
Then we just need to act on it, I guess, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just pull him aside and throw him in the cell and charge him with it. And at this point, he's violated his
bail
parole
too, yeah.
or his,
bail.
So at that point, that is the decision of, I guess, FIB to see if they want to pull his
this
free card.
Yeah.
What should we should just put in a mayhem charge?
If that's what you want to call it, it'd be a mayhem charge, I guess. Yeah.
Just to show that he's going for the nines on the warrant.
Mayhem.
That would be a little bit more than mayhem. That would be.
Mayhem has to be politically motivated. So.
Oh, does it?
That's a terroristic threat.
That's a terroristic threat, exactly.
What's a terroristic threat?
He threatened to blow up the Vanilla Unicorn.
The entire building,
according to
yeah.
our penal code, it's not, guys. It's not.
Okay.
It's not. It has to be politically motivated. There has to be,
For it to be terroristic?
Yes. Yeah. If you read the penal code, it's not written that way.
Okay.
Then what would that fall under?
It would just be criminal threats. It's aggravated criminal threats.
So that might not pull his green
We
card.
might want to look at that penal code in regards to that one.
Anything will.
Okay.
Anything will pull him to the nines, guys. Him holding a gun will pull him to the nines.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and change.
I'm gonna take that as a no then.
Leave the fine at 0. Split
I heard a little something in the background, but I ain't worried about it, brother.
Right,
Yeah,
it's 4 nines?
Yeah, 4 nines, that's fine. Yeah.
Alright, and I'm gonna save the warrant.
Yeah, because his bail would be breached and he'd go to jail for until trial. So.
Okay, you guys should be able to refresh the warrant and see if the sentence is already in there now.
Here's the thing, though, guys. I'm almost positive he wants to break bail. You know why? You know what happens as soon as you go to jail?
Just broke out.
What that little ankle monitor he has on him?
It goes off.
It goes off, and we can't put it back on him in jail because as soon as he gets released from jail, well, I guess we have to go meet him there. I don't know if it works. I guess we brought him there, jailed him, and put it back on him. Would that work? I'd have to
Yeah.
get the testing.
So whoever catches him has to physically transport him to Bolingbrook.
And then put the ankle monitor
Sentence
back on.
him and then re-put the ankle monitor back on.
Sentence him, then put it back on. Yep.
Yeah, because he's, for sure he's gonna break out, and then we're not gonna have an ankle monitor on.
That's going to be complicated. I feel like that warrant just needs to be removed, and people that are privy to the situation serves it tomorrow, because I feel like someone's going to serve it and not know how to handle it.
I think right now, do not serve this warrant unless spoken to high command.
Oh, should we go ahead and copy it, send it in an email?
I'll be in at pretty early tomorrow too.
Me too. It's Friday. I'm usually in earlier. But yeah, we gotta figure out something, guys. We can't let them. Yeah, because all that's gonna happen is he's gonna go to jail. He's gonna get sentenced. That ankle monitor's gonna come off. DOC's gonna take it off, and no one's gonna put it back on him. And 5 minutes later, he's gonna be breaking out of jail. And now he has no way
So basically, we need to meet him there, put the ankle monitor back on his ass as soon as he enters the jail.
Transport him there, and then sentence him, and then put the ankle monitor back on him right away.
Yep.
Hey, that works. I'm okay with it.
Should we still?
So how about
not even sentencing him? Yeah, sentence him because he got the jailbreak. Yeah,
but definitely put that clause on there that do not serve this without high command approval.
So
yeah.
Should we put that, or should we just get rid of the warrant?
No, put on there.
High command.
Okay.
Yeah, put it on there because we need to get him if he's in here and there's a high command that can do it.
I just want to make sure that it's done properly and not.
Oh, I agree 100%.
That's what I'm thinking. That just popped in my head. That's his thought. Because
that makes sense.
Go to the 9s unless because right now he knows he's being tracked and we can see him. So I go to jail. This ankle monitor comes out. I can break out. So transport him, put it back on him when he gets sentenced, and yeah.
If you want to double check it, make sure it's.
Would you guys not want to also put units on the prison just in case?
Oh, we don't have to
break out even with.
Okay. I mean,
if he's feeling stupid enough, I'm pretty. Oh, come on.
Well, if he's got an ankle monitor, although, and he's in jail, he breaks out, we'll get the alarm right away. We'll know it, and we can track it like that. There's no sense of wasting units. Are already short-staffed everywhere.
No.
So.
They're already heated, so.
Yeah, no, but yeah, he's gonna go to jail for the 9s and put the ankle monitor back on him. That first jailbreak alarm, we know it's Barrett. Boom, where is he? Go pick him up and bring him back, and do it all over again.
Look, he's in this bush. What are you doing?
So he's gonna realize that it's I think he's hoping we don't put the ankle monitor back on.
Just a heads up, I also heard they found a way to cut them off. I don't know if that's true.
I don't think it's true. I'm not sure. We'd have to get some kind of alarm.
I'm just telling you, I've heard in the past that there's a way to cut off.
I'm not sure.
I can't guarantee that's true, but I can tell you that one of the guys.
I think they would have done it by now.
Yeah.
That's true.
Are you with Arlo and Campbell? Okay, I've tried to call.
It's Delta 1.
Just so you guys know, we ended that warrant for Barrett.
Okay. Yeah, he's running around. What's up, Leon?
That warrant is not allowed to be served unless High Command is on duty. And it's privy to the situation because we're afraid that.
Sorry, Leon, I ain't been around, man.
No, you're fine.
Been trying to take a vacation.
And not if he gets sent to prison, we're pretty sure it removes his ankle monitor. So they need to transport him to prison, send him, and then reissue the.
That car disappear out of fucking nowhere.
We just want to make sure that somebody that knows
find
how to do
me
it properly.
That black car.
Where
the fuck did that come from?
Done properly.
I was not there 2 seconds ago.
I swear. And involved in it.
Shit.
So it is edited. I just wanted to make sure I explained it to you guys and you weren't just wondering.
Thanks, asshole.
All right, just let them know, please. All right, bye. All right, Hammer and Campbell are both going to be filled in.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
You're only, what, a little over a year older than me?
All right, I'm going home and going to bed.
Sorry, it's past your bedtime.
Yeah, it's way past my bedtime.
I came in for this meeting, so I have no clue.
Came for this meeting. I just need a lunch break, damn it.
I'm supposed to be on freaking vacation, okay?
Hey, Leon, there's an
you
academy.
haven't retired yet?
There's an academy on Sunday. If you want to
what?
participate, it's at 6 o'clock. You don't have to, but if you want to, you're more than welcome.
Central
Sunday,
5, I think.
Really starting to get pissed off.
5 o'clock for you. Yep.
Yeah, I would be just getting out of Dream World work.
Yeah, you're not required to participate. So if you wanted to, you could show up late and just sit through it. But it's totally up to you. I just wanted to let you know.
Totally worth it to do.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, they teach a lot of crap.
Different things get brought up almost every academy. So.
Yeah, no, I gotta go hunt down Delta 1 and see what he's thinking about my situation. So.
Yeah, you should already be out of your phase 2 here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Good night, guys.
These incidents tonight,
have a good one, Bradford.
And all that.
Hey, have you worked on your pitting yet?
Yes, I'm comfortable with it, but I always like to, still get practicing. things practices.
Practice makes
Well-
progress.
Yep.
Never makes
Yep.
perfect. I don't care what anybody says.
Mm-hmm.
Boys, I gotta get back to MRP. I got a quick lunch I need to make. I'm
Sounds
fucking
good.
hungry.
Hold on. Let me get out. I gotta ride with one of these guys. I gotta get back up to the county.
Alright.
If I get the hell out of the
Well,
damn...
get the hell out
I'm
of it.
trying. Damn car won't let me out. You lock the doors. It's like you want me to stay in there. Trying to keep me captured, you bastard.
Alright, man. We'll see. You
Later.
going home, dude?
We've got someone in the back seat as well.
Think you going home too? Bye.
Probably. Hey, what's up,
He
Mr.
even shut
Bill?
his door. He even shut his door.
Hey, at least I got a window. Bill ain't got no window.
What did you do, Bell?
I probably kicked out my butt when I was sleeping back here waiting for you guys.
A twitch.
He probably tried to flick somebody off.
Probably.
I would have. Y'all
Yeah,
kept
no, I
me
gotta-
back there in the back of it and told me I couldn't move. There ain't shit going on. I'd probably kick the hell out of it too. Or
Yeah.
flicked you off.
I don't know who just joined.
Can't wait until after Sunday I
Ah,
can
chef.
get the fuck out of the vehicle.
Do what?
I can't wait until Sunday. I actually get to get out of the vehicle.
Delta 1
Right.
on radio.
I should be asleep as soon as I can be at the airport before
Delta 1 still off comms, what you need?
just have him call
Who is it?
11 something.
on more.
Okay, 10-4.
Well, 11 something. My time, not gross time.
Yep, I see AED.
Yeah, with the amount
where-
I swear I've done at least
Charging,
2 incidences tonight.
Charging,
Plus,
charging.
warrant might actually go a long way.
They got
Well,
brand new
it's not a
batteries
warning.
coming
Hey,
in.
look, there's a
Nah,
bald-headed
It's
dude in there.
automatically approved.
Yeah.
Where he's on bail,
You're not my type.
anything gets him fully
Oh,
approved
you've
for
got a
something.
bullet on you. What are you doing with a bullet? I know,
That's
I don't
my
think
bad.
a bullet is good.
Sorry about
I
that.
could go for a bullet whiskey right about now.
Oh, the silver bullet?
No, bullet whiskey.
A bullet. Oh. No.
A bowl of whiskey? Sounds
No,
better.
bullet whiskey. You know bullet? It's called bullet.
Yeah.
It's
All
whiskey.
I'm hearing is
Okay.
a bowl of whiskey.
I just don't. No, I'm just saying to whiskey in general.
Which
That
sounds
shit,
Oh,
like,
have
that-
you
that
never had
messes
an
up my
old fashioned, brother?
Yeah, I have.
So a smoked old fashioned?
No, I haven't had smoked one, but I have had.
I'm a
But it just doesn't sit right.
alcoholic over
Oh,
here.
smoked old fashions, baby. Hell yeah.
I didn't need it to.
I prefer the Buffalo Trace over the Bullet though.
Mm-hmm.
But Bullet makes a bottle of the old fashioned cocktail.
Right.
It's damn good.
Should've tried
Add a
the
few
lemon.
drops of orange on it.
Brand new computer.
Heard of a snake bite?
Screen.
Snake bite, no.
Horrible cable management because ports don't
I
have the
think I've
ability.
heard of a snake bite.
But
What the hell's a snake bite?
I don't
If they put
know
anything on
exactly
this
what's
computer,
in
I'm
it,
gonna
but
be
whenever
angry, 'cause
my
I
ex-wife
spent,
was
like,
working
2
at a
hours
bar,
cleaning it.
this guy asked her to make him one, and ever since then, that's like what that place is constantly ordering now.
What, a snake
I'm glad
bite?
you're okay with it, girl.
Yeah.
What?
I'm glad you're okay with it.
Okay with what?
Look at the back seat.
Oh my god.
I was wondering what the hell was going on. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh,
Get the
dear
fuck
Lord.
off of me. What the hell's wrong with you? You lost your damn mind.
I've been locked up in here a while, okay?
I am not your cuddle bug, son.
Someone's gonna have to put this away for me because it's not gonna let me.
Let's see what
I am not your damn cuddle
That
bug.
vehicle for a while.
Oh my god. I looked back there and like, oh.
I wasn't even paying attention, you know. I felt something kind of warm, and I was like, what the hell?
It was kind of weird because your hand kept like playing with my hair. I was like, no.
No, I was not playing with your hair. You've lost your damn mind, son. Let me call Kelma. Your academy. Hold on, let me see if I can change that academy for you, because you seem kind of weird now. Makes me wonder about you. You think you can handle this job? You're trying to cuddle up with high command? Or an officer, period, at that point.
I was just trying to catch a nap because I've been sitting in there so long.
You should have done that when you were just sitting there. Not in my lap.
That's just what his excuse.
What?
He's cuddling.
I didn't
so
hear
he
it.
Can get a
What
promotion
did you
quicker.
do, Betty?
That's why he's cuddling with high command.
He's doing what?
He's
I don't
cuddling
cuddle
so
with
he can get a
anybody.
promotion
I'd cuddle
quicker.
with the person that's running it to get me through it faster.
What?
Yeah,
running what? I ain't running shit. Y'all ain't figured that out.
No, the academy.
Oh.
Yeah, good luck on that one.
All right. I'm going to bed.
Nah, man.
I'm going to go play
Alright.
with some wizards.
Go climb in your locker.
Hey, I would do something else, but I ain't got no freaking car and ain't got a house no more. Everybody took that. Wait, let me ask. Where the hell's Gerard at?
At the meeting still, I'm pretty sure. Which this meeting is saying to go on forever. This meeting started.
Don't even go there. Don't even go. I was part of that meeting. Don't even go there.
Yeah, man. Let me buzz you back in a minute.
God dang it.
I
Okay.
just got that email. But yeah, no, that's now I gotta figure out somebody to ride around with.
50 bits to change game.
Still-
All right, we
still
changing game.
technically a little busy.
All right, I gotta go.
Later.
I'm gonna go sleep up in one of them
Chair
chairs
again?
upstairs. I might actually go sleep on that filing cabinet. It's actually pretty comfortable. You
No,
never
actually,
slept on the
that's got-
filing cabinet with these vests? Get two of the vests right there. Woo, boy.
Oh, that's more. That's got more space to it.
Hell no, you out in the elements, man. It gets cold as shit out here at night. Of course,
that's
Campbell
true.
keeps turning everything down to 60 degrees inside, so.
I'll just park a camper out here and give everyone keys to it.
I'm okay with that. All right, I'll see ya.
Later.
Good night.
Delta Force is going to be 10-7, 10:42 for the evening. Y'all stay safe.
Thank you for service.
I can't jump on this. You know what? I can jump on this. Oh, yep. What the hell? That looks weird as shit. I hope my legs are hanging out. Alright, chat. Let's get the hell out of here. I'm sleeping on the desk up there. Alright, give me a second. Let me pull up Hogwarts, chat. Oh, man. I gotta change names and everything else. This is gonna suck. You know what? Look at the forums. Let me do this, Maddie, and whoever else is here. If you're watching right now, let me do this. I'm gonna end real quick, and I'll come back out with Hogwarts. Okay? I'll be back shortly. Till then, we'll see you guys here in a second.